Thank you so much for joining. Thank you. I already see that we have quite a number of people who have joined in. You are welcome. I mean, if this was physical, I'll say hi to your neighbor. And now let's just say hi to each other from here. We are so honored that you could join us today. Um, again, for the virtual edition for the sTaRt conference. Just to give you all a bit of a context, because we might have people who are new to the brand and some who already understand. We started that conference in 2025, and the goal was just like the name suggests, start is like the beginning of the year. And we just really wanted to um, bring people together, not just our ecosystem, that is the alt school community, but we wanted to bring people in the tech ecosystem together at the beginning of the year and, have conversations. And at the end of the day, you get some sense of clarity, Uh, you can all bear witness with me that most conferences happen like later on in the year, like November, December, September, right? And we're like, at the beginning of the year, we felt that it will be a brilliant idea, to bring people together, industry professionals, people that are learning, people that are just trying to figure out their career, so that as the year is starting, like you are part of conversations and you get to learn from people. And the goal is that at the end of the day, when you leave out of the sessions, you have some sort of clarity. You know that, okay, this is how I'm going to plan my year. It may, because it's still not late into the year. So I guess we can say Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy 2026, everyone. Yes, I believe the year is still early and there's a lot we can do. We have a lot of months ahead of us. And our hope is that with sTaRt 2026, this session, the theme for this year is positioning for relevance in the AI era. And I'm pretty sure like we have people here who are, oh, we've seen these conversations. Is AI going to take my job? What should I do? What skills should I learn? What do I need to do? Everyone is like really scared, right? Some of us are happy, but we're like, what does this really mean for us, right? And then we say, then why not have conversations? Let's bring in people that have already been in this AI space, people that have already people already navigating this era, and let's learn from them. Like how can we start positioning ourselves? What do you need to do so that by the time you're done with this conference, you go back home or you just go back to your notes and say, maybe this is the skill I need to do. Maybe I need to reposition this. I need to do this better. So again, I think you guys get now the context. The story here is just that the goal for us is to have clarity and um, career direction by the end of day one, day two, day three. Our hope is that you go home having an idea of what you want to do and the path you really want to take. And it's okay if you don't know, but at least you have a bit of foundation that will help you know what to do. All right. So I hope that we are all on the same page about this and you understand the vision for sTaRt. And for this reason, once again, I say welcome to sTaRt 2026. We are so glad that you guys could join us today. I want to ask us a question that is very not common. We rarely ask people. We like to say, oh, let us know in the chat where you're joining us from. I want us to do something different today. What's the weather like where you're from? Just drop it in the chat. Let us know what the weather is like where you are. Like, how is it? Is it cold? Is it summer? Is it dry? Just let us know. We shall know your place from the weather. Okay. Okay. I see I see hot, chill, hot and dry. Can I assume that hot is Lagos, Nigeria? Am I safe to make that assumption? Okay, okay, it's chill. It's chill. Lagos is chill. Interesting. Okay. The weather here is also chill. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. Yeah. I'm joining from Nairobi, so yeah, the weather is, yeah, we sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's hot. But yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. for everyone that is dropping the comments. Also, thank you to all of you, who are joining from the YouTube live stream. Once again, welcome um uh, to start 2026. I just saw someone say snow, and this person is going to start speaking very soon. And I want them, please, I know where you are, and it's not snowing. Emmanuel, it's snowing? Okay, I didn't know that it snows in Lagos. Or maybe Emmanuel left. He will tell us, when it's time for his session. Okay. It's clear, bright and sunny. That's interesting. Okay, 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 okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, guys. Um, I want us to go right into it, without wasting time. Um, Let me see if there's someone I'm looking for. I want to see if the person is here. But even before we start, I want to say, okay, I've seen the person I was looking for. I thanked all of you for joining, but I also want to say a big thank you to our speakers. We're going to be learning a lot from them, and I'm seeing most of them already here. And so I don't want to spend a lot of time here. I just want to take this opportunity to call on the CEO of Alt School Africa just to come and do the opening remarks for us. And then after that, we'll go straight into the session. Yes, so please, the CEO, wherever you're hiding yourself, show forth yourself. We'd love to see you and hear from you. Right now, I'm really hoping that my CEO knows that he's the CEO I'm referring to. Okay, thank you guys for the claps. If this was physical right now, we'll be hearing like upload. So let's keep clapping. Let's keep clapping until he comes. Mr. Adwale Yusuf. Hello. He's not okay, okay. I saw him. I saw him somewhere. Anyway, it's fine. I'll have to call him later if he's not around um at the moment. But he's going to be joining us at some point during the conference, and we get to hear from him. And now, uh, so that we can have enough time to go through the sessions that we have today and get as much from our speakers. Um, I'm going to like call on our first speaker for the day. Are you guys ready? Let me know. Let me see the reactions. Are you guys ready for the first speaker? For the first speaker? I know, like I told you, um, the theme for this conference is, like how do we position ourselves for relevance in this AI era? And the person who is going to like start off, with the keynote for today is someone who is going to be speaking about how we can stay relevant in the job market. This is someone that some of you may already know him, some of you may be meeting him for the first time. I'm not going to say so much about him. I'm going to leave him to do that. But just to give you a bit information about him, our first speaker for the day is none other than the one and only Emmanuel Faith. Other people call him or know him as EF. And Emmanuel Faith is a globally certified, HR professional and a HR consultant and capacity builder. He currently leads the HR team for a global fintech company with focus on cross-border remittances. So if you're in Nigeria, you definitely know who Emmanuel Faith is. He's been at the forefront, just leading conversations about careers. And it's really an honor to have him here today, to start off this conference again, because like I said, we just want to know how do we get to position ourselves for relevance in this era. And so I promise not to say too much about him. So I'm going to allow him take the stage and then he will do the other introduction for him. So please help me invite Emmanuel Faye to stage.
Salut, mon ami, ma collègue, everybody. That's me practicing my small French Duolingo. How are you guys doing? I see some people already say welcome EF, and if you call me EF, it means that you know me beyond social media. So, hello, Chidubim, hello, Peter, hello, Cyril, hello, Luafemi. How are you guys doing? This is my tired face. I spent my day battling capitalism. Tabitha, I cannot have small faith and assume that it's snoring around me. Everybody was saying, oh, it's chill. I'm like, you know what? Let's spice it up. But yeah, super delighted to be here. I think I have a very short time, so I'm just gonna go straight into it. My name is Emmanuel Faith. I am a lot of things, but the core of it is just making people happy and productive, you know. Let me see. I'm supposed to be able to share my screen. Can't I share a Google? Let me see. Content only, content as background. Oh, interesting. Side by side. See, part of staying relevant is how to know how to share things on Zoom. I added it to my slide, by the way. Tabitha, I don't know if you got it. Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
great, because at this point, maybe you'll be the one sharing my slides. But let me see first. Oh, I think because I joined with my Zoom app instead of the web. Okay, guys, let me just quickly try something. 1 second.
Okay. As Emmanuel comes back, um, I found my CEO. I found him. So yes, I'm going to allow Adewale start off as initially planned. So let's get Adewale on stage. Okay. Please let's continue clapping so that he can come. Just give us a moment. Give us a moment.
Okay, great. I think I'm back.
Oh,
Can everybody
he came
everybody
so
see
fast.
me?
Okay. Hi,
Oh,
Emmanuel.
Mr. is around. Do you want
Yes,
Mr.
yes,
CEO to?
yes.
Yeah, please, Mr. CEO. See you, Mr. CEO, my CEO, sir.
Uh, yes. So, Tabi, are we live now?
Yes, we are.
We're live. Okay. Hi, everyone. And with all I can see like almost half of this audience is AI right now because everything is AI. There's no meeting you enter now, you don't get to see AI. And so it's good to see. Thank you so much for joining us at sTaRt conference. For me, weather is a bit chill today. I mean, like it's chill and it's sunny, so we're like 17 degree now. So it's good to be here. Thank you so much for joining the sTaRt conference this year. We couldn't make it the physical one for some logistics reasons. Uh, and big shout out to Tabby and the team. Please let me clap for Tabby and the team, including all the AI and all the AI also joining clapping. All the all the all right. So big shout out to Tabi and AI for holding the fourth, and also to all our guests and all our guest speakers for the sacrifice, and all our learners, alumni, and all the people attending. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Adewale Yusuf. I'm the CEO at Art School, and for a very long time, we've always been seeing where you see or you always see, oh, Art School. You see Art School Africa, Art School Africa. But today happy to tell you, like, quietly, we're not dropping Africa as Africa, but we're just being old school. So this year, our goal is to actually be old school, and also we are currently also working on different stuff, working on different activities, not just to for us internally, also to support our learner and our alumni network. We've been trying to build different things globally. We've been trying to support, and I know, like, even entering the AI era too, we are preparing for what is around and what is coming. And our job is also, we are actually built, also is built for a time like this, a time where it will be difficult for any school to move as fast as they could. That's what we built for. Thank you so much for joining. And I look forward to an amazing conference for the next 3 days. I look forward to it. And yeah, and I'm always available to support anyone in whichever capacity. I'm always available on Twitter, which is X, LinkedIn, and also now active on Instagram. So thank you. Tabby, over to you, and let's have a great conference.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Adewale. Really appreciate, you being here and joining us and for the opening remarks. And so now moving ahead, we'll just go straight to the first session of the day. So Emmanuel, please, let's go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Hi, everyone. Glad to be back. Sorry, my network was behaving in a very funny way. And even though we are in the days of AI, we have not seen how AI can help us enhance network optimization. Or is that a Nigerian problem? I don't know if that's a Nigerian problem. But
I
yeah,
sh- I shall not say.
is that a Nigerian problem? I really don't know. So I'm gonna try to share my screen and see if I am still visible. Okay, I think I am. Let's see. Okay, cool. Yes, so I'm kicking off, and I think I have like 30 to 40 minutes, which is a really short time, but I'm gonna do my best to make do of the time and see how far we can go. But can we all hear me? Am I audible, guys? You could do a thumbs up or something. Okay, great. Thank you. Please, I would need a lot of emoji reaction. Thank you very much. So stay relevant in today's job market, which is the core of the STaRt conference itself. And I just thought to kick off with a topic that maybe lays the foundation for whatever other speakers are going to, other amazing, speakers are going to come and teach on. Right. Tabby did her best not to introduce me, which I really like. Um, you know how they say, that's true, guys. What do you do when you're at a party and they are singing happy birthday for you? Do you sort of sing along? Do you dance? Do you chew your mouth? What do you do? Someone is laughing. So the way we are clueless about what to do when they are singing happy birthday song for you is the same way I'm clueless when they're reading my profile. I'm like, so what am I supposed to do here? Anyway, this is like my profile in few lines. I have almost a decade experience in HR across different industries. For those who know CarryWise, I was the first HR at CarryWise. I designed the people processes at CarryWise, then I moved to Big Carbon Media. You might not know Big Cabal, but you definitely know Tech Cabal and Zikoko. Then I took a career break. That now we have to change. I also run a consulting called HR Clinic. I'm just going to breeze through this. The most important thing here you should know is that I'm a budding YouTuber because at the end, I'll ask all of you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I watch a lot of K-drama. So when I'm not doing HR, I'm busy watching K-drama or watching women football. Okay, so that's me in a bit. Now let's start what we've come here to do. At the end of this session, number one, you guys are supposed to know how to position yourself for desired roles. Now, when I get into the teaching, I would address a lot of myths. I think one of the most trending ones, there's no job outside. AI is going to take our job. I don't know if that is a myth or not. I don't know. But yeah, how to position yourself for the roles that you desire, and then just learning the practical ways to stay employable. It's true now. I don't know if I know AI, but I used to say AI cannot take my job. I think I'm still saying it, sha, but I don't know. AI can take your own job. Okay, let's get right into it, guys. So, random question, where do you want to work? And I like to ask this question because it sets the tone most times, especially when I'm teaching employability. So, I need you to respond in the chat box. Where do you want to work? And what do you want to do where you want to work? So a nice response, for example, will be HR business partner at Netflix, head of employer branding at Buffer. I like these three companies. Everybody know. That's why I use them. So let me read a couple responses. All of you want to work at Google. Hey, Amazon, Google. Someone said women's football. That's new. Yes, please follow me on Twitter for more. Financial analyst at Mercedes. Oh my God, I like you. I want to meet you after. I really like that. That's so specific. Why do you want to work with Mercedes? Head of product at Tesla. Tabitha, you've arranged superstars here. AI engineer. Finally, someone that wants to do something that is trending. Adewale, do you want to hire this person first before Google poaches him or her or them? AI engineer at Google. Oh, the divine. Okay, I've noted your name. Cloud engineer at Spotify. Cloud engineer at Microsoft. I really like you guys. You guys are mentioning like solid companies. You have big dreams. I love it. Solution architect at Ferrari. My God, Jesus, I am impressed. Joy Fade, where do you want to work? I know you want to work as a product designer, but where? You want to work for yourself. I actually rate that. Ethical hacker for CIA. Wow. I hope you started your cybersecurity courses. CISO and NASA. Okay, cool. I'm really impressed, and I would just make a lot of you guys have you've helped me with my presentation. So when I'm talking, I'll be able to make relevant stuff. So let's start with what we've come here to do. What are recruiters looking for? I mean, the reason why Old School have put this together and you guys will be learning a lot from, oh, I didn't even know my video was off. You guys will be learning a lot from, the speakers that would come and teach on amazing topics over the next few days. And everything still boils down to employability. We want to get a job. We want to look at all the amazing roles that you guys have fixed. Even if you want to find your own company, you still need to have the relevant skills and expertise to be able to, one, find your company, to hire people that will help you build your company, right? So at this stage of your career, what are recruiters looking for? Number one is clarity. What do you do? Which is why I asked you guys to add the roles that you want to occupy in this company. A lot of times I speak to undergraduates and recent graduates, even sometimes mid-level professionals, and you will see people, and I know some of you have probably done that with Art School. You first come and take 1 year track on data analytics. When you are done, you come back and take another 1 year track on design. Do you not come back again? You can't do one product dive. You should do everything together. That's not good, right? And I know that sometimes you're doing that because you are also, see, they know themselves, they're already smiling. So sometimes, I mean, at the beginning of your career, maybe it's good, but as you progress in your career, it's actually great to know what you want to do. Now, just a bit of clarification there. The problem is not even that you have done data, you've done product, and you've done design. The problem is that when someone asks you, so now that you've done these things, what do you want to do? You might not have an exact response. And that is where the problem is. Because, there's a slide on adaptability, and I will get there. Sometimes doing a lot of things actually positions you for some kind of opportunities that someone who can only do one thing might not get. So it's not doing a lot of things, it is knowing what you want to do with those lot of things. So when you're speaking to a recruiter, practical illustration, guys, I know there is someone here who is a designer and is also looking for virtual assistant role because that seems to be trending right now. I don't know why that is the trending thing. So see, they know themselves. Yes, come and do virtual assistant training, 10,000 naira. I pity you. Anyways, let's come back to class. So you're in a recruitment, you're an interview, you're sitting in front of Emmanuel Faith. I'm interviewing you for a product design role, because you've taken a design track with Old School and Tabitha has written a recommendation. And then I say, oh, tell me about yourself. But because you've joined virtual assistant in 8 weeks, 20,000 naira, virtual assistant in 10 weeks, 8,000 naira, you start by telling me you're a virtual assistant. That is shooting yourself in the leg. Now, you might be a virtual assistant, but right in that interview, I'm not interested in your virtual assistant training that you got on Twitter. What I'm interested is the beautiful designs on the, what's that thing that you guys call it? What's the name of the project that you guys do at the end of your program? Is it capstone? I want you to talk me through your capstone project, the great designs on your portfolio. That's what I'm expecting. So when I say recruiters are looking for clarity, that's what I mean. At that point in that room, what do you do? And how coherently can you talk about what you do? The next thing is competence. Um, I wanted to say it's sad, but it's not actually sad. It's interesting that we are in an extremely competitive time. And I say that again, we are actually in an extremely competitive time. And what that means is that a lot of people are brilliant, right? I mean, look at the kind of companies that you guys want to work. If you're not brilliant, you will not even be able to mention these companies. I don't want to sub anybody, but I'm sure someone in Ekiti or one village in inside Odiomo does not probably know that there is a finance role at Mercedes that you can apply for. But you guys have already built your commercial awareness, you've built your technical awareness, you've built your employability awareness. Sorry, did I just sub your town? Maybe I should have gone to the northeast or southeast. Yeah, the person, you guys already have the awareness to know that these jobs even exist. So it means that to some level, you guys are already competent. But guess what? Because it's 2026 and AI can do half of our jobs, we actually need evidence of competence. I'm already talking about the next point. So what can you build? And I'm not even talking devs. I'm not talking app. I'm not talking landing page. Sometimes what you can build is your portfolio that contains Canva design of all the times that Tinubu have been mentioned this year. That's something you built. If you're a data analyst, for instance, you can build a data set to say how many times, MRI has been trending very recently. How many times has MRI been mentioned on Twitter in the last 10 days? That's a data set compared to maybe the last 365 days. 365 days. How many times as I hope that there's nobody from Wike State here and there's nobody that is Wike's uncle or auntie. How many times has Wike been mentioned in the last 6 months compared to before he became the FCT governor of Abuja? Don't mind me, I don't fear any politician, by the way, but I don't want to put Oscar in trouble, right? But I'm just saying that those are like things that you can build yourself. And so you are in an interview, I'm asking you, you're a data analyst. Like, I just see your portfolio and I see a data set. I'm impressed, right? So what can you build? Read this to the next point also. What are the results that you've produced? And I'm intentionally using abstract things. If you note, I've not talked about your workplace because I totally understand that some of you here by now have worked anywhere before. Some of you have just probably done one internship where you spent half of the time photocopying paper and the other time buying food for the manager, right? And that's fine. Well, that's not fine. But like, I totally understand. But outside of 9 to 5, what are the things that you've done yourself? What is on your portfolio? If I go to your LinkedIn, what is there? Some of you say you're a content creator, but your Instagram is on private. So what content are you creating, right? Some of you are designers. You don't have a landing page. You don't have portfolio. I'm so many people. I'm sorry. This is how I teach. Yeah, but you guys get what I mean. Let me move on. Let me move on. Last point here is guys are really laughing. I'm getting you. Is it entry? Type is entry in the chat box. Let me know that we are together. Yeah, and then the last point is really, does your CV match your relevance? Do you know the relevance of what you're applying to? Again, back to the first point. It's okay for you to want to do everything at once at this stage of your life, especially if you're not yet like mid-level. But you don't want to use the CV that you're using to apply to a data role, to apply to a design role, to apply to a content creator role. Now only you work come. If you're applying to a data role, align your CV to align with data. If you're applying to a finance role, my fellow finance person that wants to be finance at Mercedes, use your finance. You probably have to let go of your design and your virtual assistant skills that you learned on Twitter. Ensure that whatever role you are applying to, your CV aligns with that role. Again, just a quick recap. Clarity, what do you do? We want to know when we are speaking to you at the interview table, we want to know that you know what you do. What have you built or what can you build? Then what results have you produced from your previous experiences, either between 9 to 5 or outside 9 to 5? And then lastly, is the CV that you're submitting aligning with the role that you're applying for? Okay, so Someone said it's entry well. Okay, that's good. That means I'm doing a great job. I will send Tabitha my invoice. Okay, let's roll. Now, this is the crux of my teaching, and I'll just brush through this and take one or two questions before Tabitha start telling me my time is up. So, because again, the core, remember the theme of the conference, right? Staying aware, staying relevantly aware. I said I would just build a presentation around awareness. So, for the purpose of this presentation, we'll be sticking with 5 pillars, right? The skill relevance, the market awareness, which I think a lot of people here have already. A huge round of applause for you guys. You guys are amazing. Visibility awareness, how to adapt in the world of AI, as we've heard in the opening speech, and then how to communicate value, because this is one thing that I've noticed that Nigerians struggle with. Let's get straight into it, like my friend Midi will say. One is skill relevance. So, what problems can you solve? By the way, I just want to put it out there in case you are here and you're learning virtual assistant. It's actually a very good field. You guys are solving a major problem. If you are really solving the problem and you're not boboing people on Twitter, virtual assistant is a field, right? And like they're actually solving people problem. There are a lot of people that need virtual assistants. I have a virtual assistant, so just putting that out there. Now, what problems can you solve with your skills? Every time I don't do a lot of career consulting anymore, but when I used to do it actively. When people say, oh my God, so I want to learn this because of this. I want to learn this. Oh, I want to go to art school. I want to go to product dive. I want to go to this. The first question is why? Like, why do you want to learn these skills? And what problems would you use this skill to solve? Right? Why do you want to, if you can use Claude AI to do presentation, why do you want to spend hours learning how to use a PowerPoint? I remember a tweet was made like 2 weeks ago. I think someone had said Claude AI can now solve Excel functions. And so I was like, thank God I did not learn Excel. Right? So if Claude AI can, solve my Excel functions, why do I need to be watching YouTube and learning how to use Excel? I don't know. Maybe that's probably a waste of time. So what problems can you solve with the skills that you are learning? I think that that's very important. If you are signing up for the next cohort of art school, when you're signing up, whatever track you choose, why are you choosing that track? And what problem are you hoping that you will be able to solve with that track? Next point, what tools can you use confidently? And I promise you, it doesn't have to be a lot. I have friends that can do crazy things with Canva, not Figma, Canva. Like if they do design, I have a friend that can like do a whole 3 minutes video that looks like a proper documentary on Canva. And like when it's done, you would think he used Adobe Pro or one Mada's video editor. It's Canva. Like if it doesn't tell you that he used Canva to design that video, you will not know. Now Canva even has Pro, Canva has Premium, and Canva has AI. So I can only imagine how excellent his videos is now. So sometimes you don't even need to pick a lot of tools. You just need to pick one tool and be able to use it confidently. And if you're here, you're not a developer or something, like I don't want you to look down on yourself. Even as a finance person, what tool can you use excellently well? As a cybersecurity person, what tool can you use excellently well? What are the things that like, even if it's ChatGPT, there are some people that if they write ChatGPT prompt for you, you'll be like, is it the same ChatGPT we are using? Are you using version 5.4? Right? So just ask yourself that question. What tool can I use confidently? What outcomes have you delivered? Now, when we hear outcomes, again, I don't know what percentage of entry level to mid level we have, but we think of something grand. And I promise you, sometimes it's not something grand. Okay, let me see. Maybe we should do a quick hey, all of you that are using AI to take meeting, let's do a quick check. If you are like an entry level person, please type EL. If you are mid level, please type ML. So I would get a sense of my audience. So when we think of outcomes, we think of something grand, but sometimes it's not something grand. In one of my YouTube videos, I was talking about how you need to be proactive as an intern if you are looking to get a full-time role. And I always reference one of my mentees, who is now a designer with Paystack, about how like she came to, she came to do internship and she was designers will understand this better. And if you use any fintech app, you probably do. She was looking at the flow of a payment. You know how maybe somewhere you insert your PIN, I will take you to the next page. And she discovered that the colors on the page were sort of confusing. Maybe blue was supposed to be where green was, and green was supposed to be where blue was. And she just designed the whole landing page. She didn't even tell anybody. She just told her manager, oh, I want to design this thing. And she designed it and she pitched it. And that stuff got her one like a 3-month extension. She got letter of recommendations for everybody. When she was leaving Carry, she got like a cash prize till date. In fact, when Paystack reached out for a recommendation, I wrote her like 2 pages of recommendation and got on a call and spent like 30 minutes just selling her abilities, all because she was able to look for a problem that we did not even know existed and solve it herself. She didn't design a new landing page. She did not design a new feature. She just looked at a workflow that could be optimized better and optimized it and pitched it to everybody. So when we think of outcomes, you don't have to think of something grand. It might be something minor that you're able to sell in a convincing manner. And there's a slide on how to sell. We will get there. But I just really want you guys to know that outcomes does not have to be grand. They just have to be important enough to be sellable. That's a punchline. I'll say it again. Outcomes don't have to be grand. They just have to be important enough to be sellable. Yeah, certificate decorate. It's okay to have all the certification, but it's really the skills that people pay you for. And your skills should solve a real commercial problem. That is what I started with, and I'm sort of ending with that. Okay, so next slide. Sorry, I'm running. They gave me just 40 minutes, and I don't want to take. Okay, so we have a perfect mix of entry level and mid level. Okay, good. I think I will just keep juggling between both. Thank you, guys. So market awareness, like I said, I won't even spend a lot of time on this because I think that you guys are very commercially aware. Follow industry leaders. One of the reasons why you should follow industry leaders is not just for you to send them a DM and say, sir, please, my name is Rufai Mustafa. Can you mentor me? You send me that kind of DM. I've been airing people since 2019 and I shall continue to air you. Please don't send people that kind of DM. Thank you. But like follow industry leaders. One thing that follow industry leaders, yeah, I hear people, sorry. One thing that follow industry leaders do for you is that it keeps you abreast of information indirectly. Because most of these people write about trends, write about happenings. Some of them might not even write about anything. They might just post. They post an article from Forbes, for instance. They post an article from The Guardian. They post an article from Harvard Business Review, right? And just reading that article, when I was just starting out my career and even like minute in my career, sometimes I just read an article and then I go down the rabbit hole and I'm 3 hours. I'm reading about maybe how to do employer branding for a course, demography, something really technical to my field, right? So beyond asking them to mentor you, which they will hear you, by the way, one of the reasons why you should follow industry leaders is actually because of the information they can share to you for free. Track job boards weekly. I don't have to tell you guys that. Study emerging tools. Now I know that we are inundated with AI. Like I'm not even gonna lie. See, if you're feeling overwhelmed like me, do a thumbs up. Let's know that we are together. Today, Claude, something. Tomorrow, Antrophy, something. I just want to use my ChatGPT in peace. All of you should get out. The only thing I want to use is ChatGPT. Claude will be fine, right? So yeah, I understand. Thank God. So don't worry. As you hear now, you're not alone. Emmanuel Fetu is actually overwhelmed, right? So you really do not have to be. The point I want to make is that like AI is not like the only thing to study. As AI is developing at a meteoric pace, there are actually other things. Design tools is getting better. There are some people I was speaking with, I was interviewing a social media manager, and I told her that, oh, our portfolio could be better. And she said, design it on Canva. I said, great. That does she know that Canva has Canva AI now? And that there's a Canva Pro. And she was looking at me like I was speaking Greek. Like, yo, I'm not even a social media manager. And I know these things. Like, how are you a social media manager and you don't know that there is Canva Pro? You don't know that there is an AI augmented part to Canva that you can now generate designs from the scratch, and then like you can play around colors and do a lot of magical stuff. So some of you don't actually need another AI tool. What you need is to actually go and study that tool that you use in your field or function, right? And lastly, I mean, I'm so happy that Alt School exists and Alt School community exists. You cannot overemphasize the importance of joining professional communities. Again, remember we are talking about market awareness. The reason why all these things are important is because they keep you abreast of what is going on in the market. So someone don't say something and you're looking like, a cow that is about to be killed for Salah. You understand? Okay, let's roll. Um, Yeah, Pixel Lab. Yeah, great. Yes. Oh, awesome. Love it. I see that you people are staying abreast. You are commercially aware. Love it. Now, this is my favorite thing to talk about. You know how they say, if they wake you up from the sleep, what can you teach about without opening your eyes? Something, something, something. Visibility is one of them, right? I think that sadly it's 2026, and if you hide under the bushel, that's your problem. Visibility is key, right? It is very important that there is public proof of your work somewhere. Either is in a portfolio, either is in a GitHub, either is in a case studies. 2 slides ago, I was talking about how you can design a data set around a lot of things happening, right? So because again, I'm a typical 9 to 5, I'm going to start from LinkedIn. I know you people don't like LinkedIn. You think that LinkedIn is aspire to perspire, but I promise you, people still get jobs on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn still remain one of the top places to get jobs. I heard that these days you can also get job on Reddit. But whatever platform it is, it's always nice as a 9 to 5 to have an optimized LinkedIn. You don't even have to post. You don't have to write, on your way to an interview, you saw a dog and you saved the dog, and the dog now became the interviewer's dog. Don't worry, don't come and tell us cock and bull story. Just have a good LinkedIn profile. Because what that does for you is that when recruiters are searching, because your LinkedIn is optimized, people are laughing, but it's true now. Because your LinkedIn is optimized, recruiters are able to reach out to you for desired opportunities. Next, please have a good portfolio, have a good GitHub, post your case studies on Twitter. Yes, they will yab you. They don't know what's wrong with design Twitter. You are always fighting, like why? Yes, they will yab you. Yes, they will say you copy. Yes, they will say your icon should have been yellow instead of red. Put it there. I remember there was, I can't remember, I think there was one guy. He had redesigned I think a company had done an ad, and then he had redesigned the ad. Like he did it so innocently. And people were just bashing and bashing. I'm like, why? Why? Guess what? 48 hours after, lo and behold, children of God and children of Muhammad, this guy got a job from the design that people were bashing, right? If he didn't put out the design and people bash him, he wouldn't have gotten that job. This is someone that was unemployed for like 3 months. So by putting out a design and getting bashed, he got a job. So like put out your work. Yes, people are brutal. Sadly, people are unkind. But you cannot, because of the unkindness. Let me tell you guys a story. There was one of my, she's now my mentee. Before she was just a stalker on LinkedIn asking me, can I mentor you? So she wrote an article about my career and she sent it to me. And like the article was just so thoughtful. I'm like, yo, I've not even documented my career this way before. Like, what were you thinking? I didn't even ask you. And then we started talking. I asked her, give her free consulting sessions worth $50 and stuff. And when I was going to shoot a documentary, I said, do you know what? I want you to be part of this documentary because your article was actually one of the reasons I decided to. Apparently, she was not going to publish the article. But she had showed like two of her friends and they were like, publish it. What's the worst that will happen? You might not fit to air you the way he has been airing you. Right? Luckily for her, I didn't air her. And now I'm about to get her like her first HR job. What I'm saying is that put that work out there. Right? Which leads me to the next point. Putting your work out there is also like a public proof of work. So there have been scenarios where I might not even be following this person. And then someone asks me for something, and I'm like, there's this girl running 90 days of design or 90 days of something on Twitter. And I think that she might be interested. And I'm not even following the person. I just copy the profile and I send it, and then the person gets a gig, and they will never know that it's an Imanofit that recommended them because he saw their profile on Twitter. So put your work out there. Now, strategic networking. I have put strategic in front of the networking because you Nigerians, you do not know how to network. The basic rules of networking, guys, and I want you to note this, very, very important. The basic rule of networking is to be an interesting person and to be interested in other people. I'll say it again. The basic rule of networking is to be an interesting person and to be genuinely interested in other people. Now, a lot of Nigerians forget the being an interesting person part. In fact, some of you are interesting and you don't know. If I ask like 5 of you now, tell me about yourself, or maybe tell me exactly about you, like, my life is boring. I just wake up, I open my laptop, I do side hustle, and I close. But some of you have 1,000 days streak on Duolingo, even though you can't still speak French. That's interesting. Some of you have been going to gym since January 1st. Me, I've been putting go to gym on my vision board since 2023. I still have not gone. If you see how big my tummy is, that's interesting. The fact that you go to gym every day is an interesting stuff. Some of you, you don't eat chicken. The only thing you eat is vegetable and leaf. I don't know if you saw that Malachi's advert. That is actually interesting. So Nigerians do not even know how interesting they are. Like it happens over and again. Either I'm networking physically, I'm networking virtually, or I go for home party. Though I don't go for we are all mature yet. No, I don't do that. I'm a child of God. So like either is a even like career networking, you meet up with people and like, oh yeah, my life is boring. Okay, my life is boring, but you know the people that won Grammy from 2023 till now. You are the only one that know how they set up Bad Bunny's Grammy Super Bowl performance. But your life is boring, my dear. Your life is not. You are actually an interesting person. So, in fact, a random task for you guys after this session. Go and sit down with your diary, your journal, and write the things that you think are normal, but actually interesting about you and tweet it. You can tweet at me. I'll share my Twitter profile. So yeah, when you're networking with people, always start with like the interesting things about you. Every room I go to, immediately I say, oh, I'm an international sport journalist. We focus on women football. Everybody pause because they're like, why first, how the HR of women football, you know, intersect. Two, why women football? Or I say, oh, I'm a K-drama fan, and I speak a bit of Ayasio, Kumao, everybody just stop and look at me like, okay, why is the guy watching K-drama? But like, it is always a conversation starter. So yeah, think about ways you can make yourself more interesting and put it to use. Wrapping up, don't worry, Tabitha, don't send me a note yet. I'm almost done. Now this slide is very important, and I'm very sure that we will have more speakers come and double down on these things. Because it's 2026, it's actually very, very important for us to know how to adapt to different scenarios. It is very important for us to know how to learn fast. It is very saddening, especially for those that schooled in Nigeria. I know some of you, your parents have money, so they sent you to Canada and US. But we went to Obafemi University, Ladoke Akintola University, and all those schools, we know what's up. The point I was trying to make is that they don't teach us to think in school, right? They teach us to get good. Sorry. Hey, what are you doing? Okay. They just teach us to come and pour. They don't teach us how to learn very fast. So as a recent graduate, and if you're here, you're still an undergraduate, it is very, very important for you to learn how to learn. Like random things you can do. Pick up chess and try to learn how to play chess. Pick up Monopoly, learn how to play Monopoly. Pick up Sudoku. I have a friend in Stanford. She's a Sudoku, like she's so obsessed with Sudoku that she said it in a Stanford interview. And like our interviewer said, that was one of the reasons why she was given an admission because Sudoku is a very mentally demanding game. It's very important that you learn how to learn and learn how to learn first. Remember what I was saying at the beginning that being able to be a data analyst and a designer, a product manager is actually not a bad thing. Sometimes, because of the 2026 job market, again, Outscore has asked us to come and teach about relevance, right? There are some kind of roles that actually requires you to have cross intersecting competence. For example, there was one of my acquaintances who got a role because they wanted someone who was a designer but had a legal background. So this guy is a lawyer, went to law school, finished with first class. But what he actually does every day is design. And that's why he got the job. Because they were designing a legal product. And they didn't just want any random designer. They also wanted a designer that understood the flow of the legal nuances so that they don't have to do a lot of explanation. And that's how he got the job. So it is 2026 and being multi-skilled might actually be an advantage. So if you're here and you think you're a confusing person because you can do like three things, or you are sitting in the intersection of three fields, my darling, please do not be confused. I am very sure that there's a role that exists just for you. Now, this last point is very important. As Adewale said in the opening speech, it's an AI world. Your job is temporary. And when I mean your job is temporary, it doesn't even mean that like AI will come and take your job. Boom. Data analyst will not just exist anymore. No, it's not that. It is that work will continue to evolve. I just made a random joke about how, Claude AI cannot do some things on Excel, so I don't have to learn Excel anymore. Imagine that there is someone whose only skill is that they can use Excel very well. It means that Claude AI has come for that part of their functionality. It then means that they have to either maybe adapt to using Claude AI to do their job, or learn another competence, learn another AI tool that will help them do their job more effectively and give them like a unique selling point. So your job is temporary, but your capability must be permanent. There has to be something that only you can do, like something that you can do excellently well. I made a joke at the beginning that AI cannot take my job. I'm very serious about it. AI can take my HR job, the job that I do, on the screen, the employee branding, the writing offer letters, the administrative part of my job, but AI cannot think the way I do. And I don't know what version of ChatGPT Sam Altman and his guys are working on right now. But I would continuously improve my people skills, my culture building skills, my strategic partnership skills, my stakeholder management skills, such that AI would only be a partner to me, to my competence, to my ability. And that is literally the word for you, right? Your capability must be permanent. You must continuously improve in those skill sets and functions that AI has still not be able to do. Yeah. So, and the last slide, guys, do not be humble. Do not be humble. Do not be humble about the things that you've done. A lot of you guys here are superstars. You've built products, you've won awards. Some of you, your capstone came first. It's probably not even on your CV. Some of you are best graduating students. Some of you led your faculty. Some of you had 4.92. Do you know how hard it is to get 4.92? I had 3.4, and I know how hard it is to get 3.4. I even have 4.92. I remember that I was interviewing someone for a role. Again, I've interviewed a lot of people in my life. I probably have interviewed more than 20,000 people. And I'm not playing with figure, guys, in my career, because there was a time in my career I was doing every recruitment. I was interviewing someone, and no, it wasn't an interview, it was NHEF. So I was a mentor at NHEF. And if you're an undergraduate, you should check NHEF out. And she was this super smart girl. She's 17. She already has ICANN. She was going to graduate at the best graduate student. All those people that they have shannon so much that you have not even done convocation, but you already know that you are the best graduating student. Yeah, I think she was on a 4.99 or 4.92. She's only had one B, like from 100 level. And it was like at the bottom of her CV. And I'm like, her name is Raimat. I'm like, Raimat, why did you put this at the bottom of your CV? If I have a 4.9, I am never going to stop talking about it. I'll be like, oh, hello, everybody. My name is Emmanuel Faith, and my CGPA is 4.9. That's the first thing I'm going to lead with, guys. It's not going to be somewhere under my CV. I'm going to talk about T. People are going to get tired of me hearing it, right? I just have to let you guys know that whatever it is that you have done, carry it on your head and sell it, right? If it's that you build a product, you won Shell scholarship, you won MTN scholarship. Again, remember the first slide I started. Let me go back to the first slide. If you go to the first slide I started from, I talked about the fact that recruiters are looking for evidences. Your academic excellence is a mother's evidence, right? So whatever, if it's academic excellence, lucky you. If it's technical excellence, some of you, I was hiring for an operations role very recently, and there was a final year student in Unilag that applied to the role. And this guy had done operations in two solid tech companies in Nigeria at 400 level. I'm like, guy, you should be proud though, right? Some of you are juggling jobs and school together. Some of you juggled jobs and school together. Those are amazing stories that you should sell, right? So track your achievements, translate your activities to outcome. This part is very important. For instance, if you're a customer experience person, okay, let me use the job that I've been yapping since morning. If you're a virtual assistant, right? Don't say, oh, I help my executive organize schedule. Translate it to outcome. When you help your executive organize schedule, how many hours do you save him? What percentage do you enhance or increase his productivity, right? Always sell in numbers when possible. Always sell in numbers. Practicing telling your career story clearly. Let me spend more time on this. Do you know, guys, all these hangouts where you people go and they'll be like, oh, tell us what you do, and you'll be rubbing your hand. Some of you will be pressing your iPhone. I do what do you do? I do my best. shaking my head for you. I was coaching, and I used coaching because it was paid. I was coaching a set of superstars on how to ace an interview. And I said that one of the easiest way to practice can I meet you, which is the question that everybody fumbles on, is to just talk about what you do. Talk about it at a party. Yes, talk about it at Chibiverse. Talk about it at Monochroma. Talk about it at what other party do you people go in Lagos? What party do people do in Port Harcourt and Abuja? Talk about what you do in so much fun setting that when it becomes a serious setting, it is easy for you to talk about it. The next time they say, what do you do? I say, I do my best. Just know you are missing a chance to sell yourself. And what that does for you is that when you've sold yourself enough in settings that are not serious, when it comes to a serious setting, you're able to sell yourself uniquely. So the next time they ask what do you do, please don't say you do your best. Actually tell them what you do. Um, Tailor your CV for the role. I think I mentioned that already. This is very important. If you cannot measure it, the market cannot value it. If you cannot talk about the fact that, oh, this is the landing page that you built and this is how many customers stopped by because of this landing page. This is a data set that you designed. You talked about how many times Wike has been mentioned since he became FCT governor or whatever you say this title is. The market cannot value it. If you cannot, quantify what you do as a customer experience person, what you do as a finance analyst, how you save. I was telling my direct report at work very recently about how, so she was writing about something that she did, everything. She's managing our tax filing. For those that are in finance, you know the importance of that. And she just wrote manage tax filing. I'm like, no, this is senior person, by the way. Like, you don't just write manage tax filing. Right? You manage tax filing, ensuring that we are not legally exposed to this certain amount. Because if you come and tell us a line managers meeting that you manage tax filing, people will just look at it as another task, another deliverable, another to do. But if you come and say, oh, you manage our tax filing to ensure that we are not exposed to this kind of amount of exposure, then people understand the importance of what you're doing, right? And that's how you think about what you do every day. After this session, you probably want to go back to your resume, your CV, and look through all these things that I've written in bullet points. How can I measure them? How can I sell them? How can I talk about them in a way that the recruiters will want to listen to me? Even if I use AI to write the CV, how can I talk about this thing that AI that helped me write? I've been written. Sorry, I had C4 in English. In a way that is convincing enough for the recruiter to take me to the next level, right? Um, Remember where we started from, guys? We talked about the importance of skill and importance of acquiring the skills that are relevant. Then we talked about market awareness, which I am really delighted. I think that a lot of you guys have this from the response that you guys gave me. Then we talked about visibility. Don't see, what's the name of this guy? Kedrick Lamar said be humble. Don't be humble. Do not be humble, right? Optimize your LinkedIn profile, have an amazing portfolio, create public proof of your work, and network strategically. Remember that you're an interesting person first before you start, interacting with other people and deciding and being interested in other people. Then we talked about adaptability. We talked about the fact that it's an AI-driven world, but we have to continuously improve our skills to ensure that we do not become redundant, like people that used to do typists some 20 years ago. And then we talked about the importance of just communicating your value. Just come and say, what do you do? I do my best. We don't do that here. Join the curtain. It's very important for you to have an amazing LinkedIn profile. See, I'm talking about LinkedIn again.
Mic
You
check.
have not done anything before. Start doing it now. Start
Hello.
gathering your evidence, build evidence if you don't have any. On this call, there are superstars that you people can connect with to build things together. Please do so. Choose one platform. Don't be everywhere all at once. You are no liver twist. Choose one platform, just one, and show up there and let people know who you
Hey,
are and what you
Manuel.
do. A good way to do this is just go to your WhatsApp status and say, hi everyone, what kind of job will you recommend me for? If the kind of job you are looking for is design and I recommend you for nail tech or lash tech, just know that you have entered one chance, right? You might want to
Oh,
do an introduction of yourself on your social media so that people know the kind of jobs that they recommend you for. Thank you, everybody. Before Tabitha sends me away, it was nice doing this with you. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
oh, I was
Thank you,
here.
everybody.
I even thought you're ignoring me. I was here. I was
Over
already
to
like,
you, my host.
hello, hello.
I we can hear you.
Okay, 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 okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. what we are going to do is that I will just call Emmanuel separately for a whole session on his own for 2 hours so that he can do a whole master class. That's what
I'll
we are
just
going
see
to
a
do for
message.
you, Emmanuel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. We've really learned a lot from your session. And because of time, what I'm going to do is you guys have seen Emmanuel and he's very active on social media. So Emmanuel, you can drop your social media handle so that they can text you, they can reach out to you and have more conversations with you. Um, yeah. So moving on, I want us to just go straight into the next session. We're already ahead of time. So I just want to quickly go through this. Um, the next speaker is Dari. Again, I'm going to just try to talk a bit about the speaker and then they will introduce more about themselves in the next session. The next, we've had from Emmanuel Faith, who's talked to us about, staying relevant for the current job market. And now this next speaker is going to be speaking about, how do we position for the hostile takeover? The question most people are asking, will AI replace humans? So Dari is going to be taking us through that session. And who is Dari? Um, I'm sure I'm calling his short form name, but Dar es Salaam is an AI business consultant and thought leader with over 5 years of experience helping companies and founders transform how they operate through intelligent automation, data-driven strategy, and advisory and team development. Like I said, he's going to talk more about, what he does and just go straight into his session. Once again, thank you guys for still staying here with us. Welcome, Dari.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Hello, everyone. Hope I'm being heard.
Yes, yes.
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much for the opportunity to do this. Just like Tabi had said, my name is Darius Salami. I wouldn't want to say much. Let's just get right into it because of our time. All right, I am sharing my screen now. Okay. All right, so the big question, will AI replace humans? So before we go ahead, I mean, this is one of the most controversial topics out there. There is a lot of debate about, will AI replace humans? Is it just a hoax? What exactly is happening? So one thing I just want us to do is that I want you to type in the chat bot, or in the chat box rather. Let me know at the end of this particular session, you will be able to confidently answer that question for yourself. So, will AI replace humans? And I want you to be very practical. Just type it in the chat. All right. What is your answer? What is your current conviction? Then at the end of this session, you would be able to confidently answer the question of, will AI actually replace humans? And just a bit, just to add to the introduction, I can see a whole lot of no's, no's, no's. Don't worry, I promise you. The whole question of will AI replace humans is really not what you guys think. And at the end of this session, you would be, like I said, able to confidently answer that question. Now, it's also important to know that since this session is a very short one, I'd also encourage and advise you to follow me as well on if you're trying to grow professionally, my LinkedIn is there. I mean, that's name Darius Salami on Instagram, Darius Salami, and then as on YouTube as well, where you have mostly dissected my work as regards, the future of work and what have you, how you need to properly position yourself. This is more like an introduction. I have been speaking extensively on this, about how to position yourself for not just the future of work, but for the future as we would have it. All right. So let me go to the next slide. Now, you're asking the wrong question. Will AI replace me in my job? This is the wrong question. You're not actually, AI is not necessarily competing with humans. Humans are competing with AI augmented humans. And that's just the truth. Because at the end of the day, it is still humans that will be interfacing with whatever system or whatever AI we have out there. Now, just a quick side note. What you think about AI is not really it. And I'm not really here to talk about that. That's why I say you can follow me on my IG, my YouTube. I've really broken down what AI really is. And I promise you, it's not the narrative you think AI really is. All right. And I promise you that it's probably the first time you're hearing that controversy about artificial intelligence. So you might want to go check that out. Today is not really for that, all right? Or probably when you catch me on my next live on my AI series. I started an AI series. We're 3 episodes in. So you might want to go check that out on YouTube. So AI is not competing with humans. Humans are competing with AI augmented humans. And I kind of, give it like as an equation that the future of work is not, human versus AI. It is fewer human plus AI versus humans that do not incorporate AI. And I made it with this analogy. History always repeats itself. From the first industrial revolution to the second, to the third, down to where we're currently at. History always repeats itself. From the time of, the steam and the mechanization, manual labor was replaced. Yeah. The second wave, we had efficiency scaled. We had from the internet age, which was basically information age. Is that not so? Now, there's something synonymous with every industrial revolution. Mind you, we are currently in another one, which is the AI gold rush, the AI evolution. And what do I mean by history always repeats itself? From the first industrial revolution, who were the people that took advantage of it? They were people that could properly position themselves, the right place at the right time. However, you needed capital to have taken an advantage of the whole coal and everything. Same with the second wave. Even up until the third wave, you still needed even not that much capital. You needed to have at least taken enough time to study to be able to give out information. Now we're in another revolution. There's this popular thing with Nigerians. I know I'm not speaking to just Nigeria or African audiences. There is this thing where they'll be like, oh, a lot of memes, right? I'm sure most of you have, or some of you have posted it, where you put a meme and something like, oh, where was my dad? Where his mates were buying land, where they were investing, where they were building corporations, why wasn't our parents like the $10 and the likes and the like? It is simply because they missed out on their own revolution. So now the question is, what will your own children say about you? Because we are literally in this revolution. Some of it, the only thing you think about AI is ChatGPT or, AI agent. It is way beyond that. The applicability is way, way beyond that. All right? Quickly. Now, this is the chart that changed everything. Now, what is this? What does this chart indicate? The black line you can see there, right, is revenue. And then the blue line you can see there is jobs and basically hiring, right? Now, this is basically economics, right? The more money people had, the more the company increased in revenue, the more the stocks increased. What happened? They hired more inventory and the likes. It's logical, it's economics. The same thing too, whenever it dropped, they laid a lot of people. When the financial market crashed, a lot of people lost their jobs. During COVID, revenue was not coming in. A lot of people were laid out of their job. But something happened November 30th, 2022. For the very first time, AI disrupted the economy. Excuse me? AI disrupted the economy, like totally. Companies were seeing increments in revenue. However, we were seeing a decline in hiring. Everything totally changed. So guys, the whole idea of what you think the future of work is has changed, whether you like it or not. Companies are now buying results, not just headcounts. One of the very first series we had, while we were on call, I asked a question to them when they were on call. I said something. I said, if as a business owner, now you put yourself in business owner's shoes, right? If say you had to pay $100,000 as salary to pay everybody, $100,000, right? $100,000 to pay everybody in your company. And then I come to you as an AI business consultant. I say, hey, I can cut down your costs for you. Now, rather than paying $100,000 for staff salary, remember you still have to pay for, probably insurance. You still, there are a whole lot of other things to consider, not just, the people. There are other costs your staff also incurs. For those that are business owner and founders, you know what I'm talking about. And then I told you I can cut that down to, let's say, $30,000 a month. Would you take me up on that offer or you wouldn't? So now the question is, what will happen to all those people that were on the job? Like, put yourself in business owners' shoes. The last AI series we had was for, students and for learners. And I mentioned something because this is also applicable here. The next workforce, obviously those that are currently in school, when they come out, they have zero experience. Yes, I'm a founder. I have my own company, right? Why would I want to employ you, knowing fully well that you used an AI tool to pass your exam? Why don't I just hire that AI tool to do that same work for me? More efficient, more faster. Why? Anybody? You can probably put your answers. I'm kind of running on speed here, right? Why should I, as a founder, hire you fresh out of school, knowing fully well that the only thing you did to qualify you to apply for that job is a degree, is a certificate. And that certificate, someone said I can use it better. You think? And that certificate, right? That's the only bargaining chip you have to confidently come to apply in a company or whatever the case might be. But I know fully well that you just have to pass an exam to obtain that certificate. So the whole books you have to read, can't I feed it into an LLM to give me that same results? And when it has to do with thinking, there's something called AI agents. Not just, I hope when we're talking of AI, I hope everybody on call here, you are not just limited to the scope of ChatGPT, just like the average the LLMs, right? Is it that they also cannot give me the same results that will come from just because think about it again, the only bargaining chip you have to apply for that job is a degree. And an AI agent can also get a degree. So the thing is, why should I hire you? Because it can do it more faster than you. It can do it more effective than you. You close by 5 p.m. My AI agent does not close, does not give me headache, does not go on break. I don't have to pay for vacation. It is cheaper and it is way more productive. So why would I hire you rather than an AI agent? For some of you, I'm saying critical thinking, creativity. I think people are not really aware of the power of artificial intelligence. AI can be as creative as a human can be. AI can be as creative as a human can be. Look at the new AI that is currently making waves. You can just Google search ByteDance or cDance. Go and look at the level of excellence the output it is bringing out. Now, remember what I said in the beginning that you're asking the wrong question. It's not a matter of if AI will replace you. It is not necessarily AI you're competing with. You're competing with those that can use artificial intelligence. Because any output that I saw, that I say, oh, wow, this model is really good, it had to do with the creativity of a human being. But mind you, AI can now autonomously generate such kind of videos now. Because the more we use it, the more these AI agents are getting smarter. Oh, but AI can't study behavior. There's a whole lot of research on that. I'm just trying to answer as we go on. Now, let us move ahead. I still have some couple things that will still bring me to my to my main points. Now, so the question is, if AI can study, if AI can answer all these questions, if AI can pass an exam, what really differentiates a human is not necessarily creative. Well, there's the creative part, depending on your niche. It is the mindset you need to have. And that's what I have always been preaching. That's the only main thing you need to really position yourself for this AI takeover is you need to be a problem solver. Look at the old model. Go to school, have a skill, learn a skill, get a job, protect the job. That is obsolete already because AI can literally take over that process. Because again, when we say AI is going to replace humans, if say for instance in a company, let's say in my company, I have 100 workers, and someone came to me, one of you, you're an AI business consultant, you develop a model or whatever the case might be. And I'm looking at, wow, I don't really need 100%. There's certain things I can automate, certain things I can integrate. I can cut down from 100 employees to 15 employees. So now the question is, those 80 people that went, those 85 people that went, what really replaced them? Is the way another human could think. Because the truth is, pretty much of what I do sometimes when I consult for businesses, the truth is they still have to let some people go because, again, put yourself in their shoes. Put yourself in their shoes. You're looking at a solution that's going to save you cost. The same thing too with economics. I mean, why do people go to China to produce? Why do people go to Afghanistan or, the Middle East for cheap labor? Everybody's trying to cut down cost. So it's literally the same thing. That's why I say history repeats itself. This is basically economics. Now, let me do a poll. I did this during my live session, right? Let me ask a question. How many of you here have seen the news, especially for those in Nigeria? You know AA Rano, that's the fueling station that's common in northern Nigeria. How many of you know that AA Rano has pushed to having all their stations being unmanned? How many of you saw that news? Meaning zero fuel attendants. Because when we say, oh, yeah, it's coming for your job, we think, oh, Nigeria and Africa always play catch up to technology. There are certain menial jobs that really can't be taken over. Fuel attendants being replaced. All his stations being unmanned. It was supposed to go live in January, but the government pushed it back because they felt, oh, it's going to cause a whole lot of unemployment. But this man is a business person. He's a businessman. Do you know how the cost is going to cut, the corruption is going to cost in his company just by doing that? So now the question is, you need to be able to position yourself. Everybody's just thinking about the next big job, the next big job. AI, they're using it to psychologically rewire your brain because the big people out there, the likes of Mark Zuckerberg and the like, they're not thinking about AI replacing their job. They're always thinking for the masses that, oh, what will happen to the masses? It's the mindset shift you need to have. With AI, don't think about the next big job. What job can I do? Or what job can't AI replace? How about you start thinking, what problem can I solve? How can I be an employer of labor that I won't have to necessarily be worried about the jobs? Because with AI, you can run and start your own company. I was listening to, no, it's not TEDx. I really can't remember. This guy was giving a talk. He said he started his company, everything fully autonomous AI, and in 4 months, his company was generating about 250,000 US dollars monthly. Everything done with AI as a founder. So that thing of, oh, the next big job, the next big job, the next big job, it is a psychological warfare trying to keep you in the middle class because basically that is what fuels every economy, the middle class, the workforce. So they're using AI to sell that same narrative to you. So everybody's looking at, oh, what's that next big job? No. What problem can you solve? If you can think about the problem you can solve, you will never have to worry about the next big job. Do you think Elon is worried about a job? Obviously, he's a founder and all that, but do you think it is the mentality of the next big job that took him to where he is? He was looking at, how can I solve a problem? EV cars, going to Mars, access to information, the future of work. That is the mindset shift required. So yes, I kind of scammed you with the title of this, of my session. It's not really about getting a job. It's what problem can I solve using AI? Before now, as a founder, if you had an idea, you need to contact an engineer, pay him. Oh, please, this is my idea. Please, I need it. Please, I need to see the prototype. I need to deploy it. But with AI, you can just sit down, have a prototype ready, and start even pitching it to founders, all for free. In my company, we use an internal tool. We have a policy. It is 80% AI, but mostly 70% AI and 30% human workload. We have an internal operating system that was designed specifically for internal use so that the average person does not get burnt out. So the average person in my company right now, it's not really about work. It's more of their creativity and their judgment. So they basically are just reviewing the output AI gives. On my Instagram, I made a post yesterday, just like a meme, where I just sat down and I push a button and I said, POV, it's the future of work. And I can tell AI agents to do what it would normally take 3 persons to achieve in a month, and it's doing it under 90 seconds. And really, that's exactly what is happening. What problem can you solve? There's one project recently I'm kind of working on as regards the tax system, how AI can be used. Obviously, Nigeria, there'll be all that pushback, politics and all that, but you need to start thinking like a problem solver. All right, exactly. Someone said there are no fuel attendants in developed countries for many years now. Exactly. Taking back to what I was talking about. So what problem can you solve? All right, stop asking who will hire me. What problem can I solve faster, cheaper, or better with AI? Sometimes when I pitch, proposals to company and stuff, I just tell them, hey, look, you're overstaffing. How about I cut you down cost on this? I get paid for it. Everybody's happy. But guess what? There will be casualties because some people will be laid off. Now, AI has a massive personal leverage. Now, while we're looking into being a problem solver and all that, you should understand that AI, while it is taking away people's job, it is already doing that. It's that chart that I showed you. It is also ushering in a new wave of, jobs. You can probably just take a screenshot right now, okay? You can probably just take a screenshot of this. So while a lot of people will be let out of jobs, I was reading a documentary recently about about how refrigeration came to be, the ice king and everything, how he was exporting ice across the continent, across the nation. New job came. There were people that were now called icemen. The same thing to now with the whole AI gold rush. There are now new jobs. A lot of companies, they don't really understand, what this whole AI is and how they can translate it into their job. How about you be the person that can translate AI jargon to measurable business goals? Guess what? A lot of companies still don't know what the future of work with AI and their job would be. You don't have to necessarily pitch yourself as a content creator or as a social media person. How about you study how to use Clink so perfectly for marketing that you tell them, see, how much do you spend on marketing in a month? They say 300,000. Guess what? You can be spending just 50,000 on marketing monthly and you will get conversions. Just pay me 500,000 as a one-time fee. I'll set up the whole system for you. And, I can even train your staff. Pay me an extra 350,000 naira to train your staff on how to use AI. All right? Translate business goals. Like I said, once you have the mindset of being a problem solver, that is when all these new role categories can be applicable. AI translators, bridging, business into AI. Learn prompt engineering. Like that should be one of your most basic skills. Prompt engineering. Guess what? Over 70% of the average ChatGPT/AI user do not know how to prompt. If I give the same prompt to your current ChatGPT and you give that same prompt to my current ChatGPT, it will give you different answers. I hope you know you can have your own custom GPTs. Some of you don't even know these basic things. How to get the right things from AI. So some of you have heard this thing is currently trending that AI ChatGPT is a yes guy. Mine is not. Just simply go under your settings. If you don't know, customize it and give it the default prompt. But anyways, let us run. Screenshot this, please. Okay. You know, AI operators and conductors, AI governance, AI consultants. That's what I do. I'm an AI business consultant. AI creators, AI leads. Okay. Moving on. Now, the African advantage, which is problem density. Africa has a lot of problems. Now, in the AI layer, I'm not here to talk about that. There's the infrastructure, there's the power, there's the governance and the likes. We cannot compete on all those levels, but guess what? We can compete on the application layer. We can be on the map. For as many of you hearing this from across the nations of the world, we can put Africa, Nigeria on the map in terms of the AI, sovereignty in the application layer. We have a lot of problems. So that means there is so much to shine. We have it is where it is darkest. That way, if you put just one tiny light, it is going to be so evident. How about we start solving problems? Somebody talk about network, I think the previous speaker or something. How can we start using AI to mitigate these lapses? Look in your family, look in your school, in your environment, in your community, in your church, in your mosque. What is the most simplest thing that you can use AI to solve? Start from there. We have a lot of infrastructure gap. Look at education. How about personalized learning? The first time I heard about AI in my undergraduate, the first thing I thought about was, wow, I'll be able to consume so much information. I'll be able to learn at my own pace. Personalized learning. Look at the educational system. Look inwards. Guess what? We Nigerians, we know how to complain. There's never been a time have we had much power to now be able to do things, to effect change like now. AI is giving us that leverage and that advantage. We have a lot of broken system and inefficiencies everywhere. Start solving it. Start locally and then scale it and amplify it. Now, ethics and responsibility shift. Now, AI without ethics is very, very dangerous. It is very, very dangerous. I don't know if some of you saw the whole thing with Grok AI about it being uncensored and you can use it for, a lot of explicit stuff, all right? The strategy, now, fear is not the plan, education is. You might probably want to have a screenshot of this again, all right? Quickly screenshot this because I'm going to be like, I'm wrapping up already because even I have to go, right? Now, if you have questions, you can start putting it in the Q&A tab. I'll probably just get one or two before I leave, okay? Thank you. Now, there are certain ethics. If you've ever taken any course on AI, entry level, basic thing, ethics is one of the most important things that is very emphasized on. Because with great power comes great responsibility. As good as AI can be, it can cause a whole lot of havoc, a whole lot of wreck in the government. It can topple our financial system. It can topple government. Yes. If you think what I'm saying is a lie or is a conspiracy, go and watch this movie. I think is it G14, G13 that really spoke about this. Somebody should help me with the name of that movie. I think it was released last year or 2024. Okay? Make sure you always audit for bias. AI is bias. You might want to go and read on AI, what AI bias is. Is that okay? Data privacy protection. Okay? Avoid imputing sensitive. Most of you do this. You don't put all your life problems, all your personal information and details. You don't do that. Okay? Please don't do that. Human in the loop. Always make sure that there is always a human in the loop that supervises it. Even though we have AI agent that can do things autonomously, things like the viral Claude bot, make sure there's always that AI that supervises, validate the output, make sure you always do that. AI still makes mistakes. AI still has hallucinates. But those of you that are a little bit more technical, you know what I'm talking about. And then make sure you always follow policies, adhere to established corporate, legal, and ethical AI guidelines, especially when you want to be dealing with businesses and corporations. You have to read on this, GRC, okay? Governance, risks, and compliance. Now, as I wrap up, key takeaways and final challenge, just to give a summary. AI augmented humans will dominate the future of work. It is no cap. Go and look at every dystopian and sci-fi movies, right? Those that are thriving is that tech guy, it doesn't necessarily have to be that tech guru. It's just people that position themselves early enough, history repeats itself. The people that are rich today were the people that jumped on industrial revolution when it first started. This is another one. What will your kids say about you in the next 5-10 years? Okay? Those are the people that will rule and dominate the future of work. It's not a matter of, will AI take my job? Yes, no, yes, no. My dear, if you do not prepare, you'll be run over. Even in your current place of work, imagine one of your team member or one of the staff say, boss, look at the solution. No, we can fire 70% of people and we'll save you money, we'll do this. You think the boss will not want to consider it? And you think at that point to be a matter of, I'm creative, but I'm creative. It will not be about that. It will be numbers. You have to go. And the company will prioritize those that have AI knowledge. So start getting certifications, all right? Let it be visible. Put it on your LinkedIn profile. Companies are now scaling by deploying intelligence, not hiring. Use AI to solve problems faster, cheaper, or better. If you cannot solve these 3 problems with AI, you're a joker. That's just the truth. It's not about doing things where, I can generate a good video. Is it solving problems? Is it making things better, cheaper, faster, or better? Now, Africa's problem density is an advantage for AI application. Anywhere you have a reason to complain in your society, in Nigeria, in Africa, the first question you ask is, how can I solve it? Before, you didn't have the tools. Now, you are empowered, okay? With great power comes great responsibility. Educate those in your circle. Educate your kids, for those of you that have kids. Educate, your younger ones. Educate those of your mentees. Let them start catching on to this thing early enough. If not, anyways, AI is not coming. AI is already here. The takeover is not by machines. It is by prepared humans. So ask yourself, how am I repositioning myself for the future I am already in? How am I repositioning myself for the future I am already in? Thank you so very much. Please connect with me on Instagram, LinkedIn. I have an online brand that I built, which is Dracy, all right? Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, X, and you can check out my website, dci.yconsult.com. You can always shoot us an email there. You might probably just want to take a screenshot of this, okay? And by the way, if for those of you that would go through any of my page, you'll see that we're currently hiring. I'm currently hiring in a company for a sales manager and a video editor. So if you know you're a great fit, please do well to apply using that information. That you can either WhatsApp that number or you can shoot an email to that, to that email there. Okay, I can see. Let me quickly go into the Q&A session. If I can just pick one question, can I do that?
All right, sure.
What is the name of the AI you say is making wave? I think I mentioned Claude right? You can just search it up, Claude. How can I augment my pump attendant skill with AI to avoid layoff? You can't really do anything about that, okay? You might, I know that was probably trying to be like a joke, but if it's not a joke, if you're actually serious about that question, just be AI literate, basically. Know how AI works, okay? Because even though they lay off every attendant, there will still be those that have AI knowledge to be able to understand the operations of things. Can I spell it? I really don't know what you're talking about. Light on. As a founder, I have objections or question concerning your take. We talk about Elon and Zuckerberg, and not every idea will be successful. If AI replaces the workforce, where will consumers find money to purchase the product or services they are creating? Are you saying everyone should go into entrepreneurship? Now, I'm not saying everyone should go into entrepreneurship. I'm just saying everybody should have a problem-solving mentality. Now, here is the thing. Even if they are told everybody that Bitcoin will do so well, is it everybody that will go into Bitcoin? So no matter what, the masses will still be on the other end. That is just the truth. Now, when they say AI will replace you, not necessarily that it will take your job. I speak extensively about this on my YouTube. It is that your economic value will be replaced. Most people will still be in their jobs. They will still be doing their current job. However, AI has taken over their economic value. That is just the truth. Most of you watch dystopian and sci-fi movies. Those things, it's a prophecy of the future. People will still be doing jobs. They'll still be scrapping jobs. Is that not so? So the workforce, the middle class will still drive the workforce of the economy. We still need people. However, this session is mostly to those that want to be atop in this dystopia, in this future of work. Trust me, there will be new jobs. That's just the truth. All right. So everybody cannot go into entrepreneurship. However, everybody can be a problem solver. Everybody can be a problem solver. You can probably hit me up one-on-one to talk about it, or watch most of my videos on that I spoke about. I spoke about this extensively on my YouTube channel, on my Instagram pages. What courses or research should we learn in order not to become redundant in the AI world? All right, awesome. You can just search Google. Google has a lot of free courses. IBM, Google, IBM, NVIDIA. Literally, just Google these three things I said. Google free courses on AI. I can't really post the link here because of our time. NVIDIA just launched new ones, especially those of you that want to get in technical. Please go and take them. They are free courses with certification. NVIDIA just launched it. IBM. Oh, IBM is like really, really awesome. I started with IBM courses, okay? Does this mean what we learned in old school is a waste? How? No, of course not. All right. That is why you're on old school, to know the future of work so that you can apply the things you learn practically. Now, let me say this finally. I made a content about this. Most of the courses that used to be redundant in Nigeria, so for instance, all these life sciences, now it is relevant because now combining those knowledge with artificial intelligence, it can be applied in fields like robotics, in humanoid robotics, all right? Courses that used to be obsolete on their own in Nigeria, combined with AI, is now a superpower, all right? Thank you so very much for your time. You guys have been an interesting, interactive, wonderful audience. Thank you so much, Tabi, for having me. Thank you so much.
Hi, Dari. Thank you so much for your session. I had a lot of notes to take. This was super insightful. I believe this is also the same to everybody who has been listening in, that this was a very informative session. Thank you so much. You guys can take a screenshot and, connect to Dari on social media. So moving on again, because of time, I want to call on the next speaker. How many engineers do we have here? How many engineers? Any engineers in the house? Any engineers in the house, or maybe product managers or project managers? Okay. Okay. Let me see if I'm seeing your comments. The next session is going to be, how do we get to launch, projects in order to raise the bar, and the person who is going to be facilitating the session is Rufai Mustafa, who is an engineering lead whose work sits at the intersection of developer productivity and inclusive technical upskilling. He designs engineering systems that reduce friction for devs in resource-constrained environments by improving adoption, security, and velocity for fintech, startups, and public sector digital services. So like I said, he's going to be talking to us about, how to launch projects that raise the bar. Please welcome Mr. Rufai Mustafa.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
It's nice to be here. You should be able to see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so let's get right into it. This weekend, there is Lagos City Marathon, and a lot of people have registered for that marathon. On average, let's say between 1,000 to 2,000 people should be participating in that marathon. And there are two categories. There is the 42 kilometers, there is the 10 kilometer, and then there are subcategories, the male, the female, the young guys. For Nigerians, it is like that. Now, you would wonder, how does this concern you? For every of this category, there's typically only one winner that we are going to get. And we can have subcategories, and then they will have just one winners too. Now, I'm going to throw this question to everyone in the audience. If you are going to win, let's assume you want to win this marathon competition that is happening on Saturday. How long do you think you should have been preparing to be able to win that competition? To be able to come first? Yeah, you can answer in the chat. All right. So I can see some people saying 6 months, 1 year, the last competition, 4 months. Okay. Now, Nigerians have never won this competition. The typical winners are Ethiopians and Kenyans. And they have a training regime in which they power up every week for the past 1 year. That's 52 weeks on average. They run exactly the same mile that they will be doing on Saturday. They run it maybe on Wednesday, and then on Thursday, they will do a light run. So light run will be 5 kilometers. On Friday, they will do a shorter distance run, so maybe 10 kilometers. So 10 kilometers is their own exercise, right? And then Saturday, they can take a rest. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, they will do lighter runs, 10 kilometer, 5 kilometer, 10 kilometer. Back to Wednesday, they do a 42 kilometers again. Sometimes they can take it to another extent, 50 kilometers. So someone that has constantly been running 52 kilometers, 42 kilometers every week for the past 1 year, there is no way you that is going to be practicing for 4 months or 3 months or 6 months can match up to the pace that the person is going to give. There is no way you can match up with the energy and the preparedness that that person has. So the question that this conversation is going to have today is that if we liken this conversation and this preparedness to the next item, you would notice, and this is probably the simplest tag I want you to take away. The person that is going to win here is about the race. It is about you when you are building your product. It is about you if you are applying for a job. The person that is going to get that thing that you are looking for is the person that doesn't even need it anymore. Because why? They have it in abundance. Which means that if you're applying for a job and you don't have a job currently, or a job with that same level currently, then there is a high level chance that you will not get that job. And the job will go to somebody that does not need the role at all. That is why it is easier for someone at Zenith Bank to get a job at Access Bank. Right? Why? Because they already have the role, they already have the experience, and they are just transferring from that space to another space. So, this talk is about raising the bar, essentially giving you the tools that you need to be able to find your way and figure out the next thing that you want to do. I have tagged this in a very simple way, and what you will see here is what I call, you need 1 yes. And for you to get to that 1 yes, you need 1,000 rejections. So we are going to play the numbers game. That is the essence of this. So who am I to be able to give this talk? My name is Rafai Mustafa. I'm a software engineer and technical trainer. I'm also a developer advocate. I do that for some big companies in Nigeria. You will see my work around very soon. Let's get started to it. So, table of content. I am describing some of these things in about 8 lines. The first one is the application warfare. The application warfare, as you saw in that first slide, 1,000, 2,000 people are vying for one position, which implies that only one person can win. Same thing applies to you as a student of alt school, as a student of your university or wherever you are, right? When you see a job on LinkedIn, on Pluralsight, on any of these platforms, when you apply, what the other person sees on the other side is 10,000 applications, 15,000 applications. And typically, they are expecting just one person that they are going to pick that is going to be given that role. The question now is, do you qualify for that role? Do you think you are going to be getting that role? Why should they pick you out of these 15,000 people? And how can you build yourself to the point where, yes, when you constantly apply for anything, you will be the person that is going to be selected. Who are you? Why should you be the one should be selected? So you need to build a mindset. The first mindset we want to build right now is that you are not desperate for a job. As we said, you need to plan that time, right? If you need to win the marathon, you need to start preparing 1 year ago. So if you need a role, a job right now, you need to start preparing right now and set your mind to the idea that, okay, if you are looking for that dream job that you guys were describing to Emmanuel Faith earlier, you want to work at NASA, you want a CISO role at any of these big companies, give yourself pace and give yourself time. 1 year time, 2 year time, right? And then understand that the modern market job is not generally meritocratic. There are other things that are there. Your knowledge will not only take you there. You also need people that can give you reference to that space. You need people that can guide you to that space. So that is where we are. We are talking about raising the bar for yourself and removing emotion from the things that you want to do, right? And engineer your own success. You cannot use emotion to win a marathon. You need to prepare for it. Same way, you cannot use emotion to get that job that you're looking for, to get that role, to raise that money that you're looking for. You can and you should engineer it. Pace yourself. So let's talk about the numbers game. What you see here is that we know that on typical average, if you apply for 67 to 70 roles, you may get one response. And they will tell you, okay, this role has been filled. Come and interview here. Out of those responses, you may get 15 that want to personally pick you on a call and then know more about you, who you offer, and what you can do, right? Then you can move on from that phone screen to an on-site. They invite you to their office and then try to get to know what you can do technically. From that on-site, maybe you have 8 on-site. From that on-site, you probably get 1 or 2 offers, and then you can now decide on your offer. Now, you want to engineer this. You want to understand that this is not something that you should take personally. This is just reality of life. If you apply for 500 roles, maybe you will eventually, by being patient, by knowing what you will do, get 2 roles or 2 offers out of it. The conversion rate is that 100 application, 1 or 2 responses. But you need a job. So if you apply for 500 applications, you will get maybe 7 or 8 responses. Reality, right? So 1 yes, 1,000 no's. If you apply for 1,000 things, right, the probability that you are going to be landing 20, 30 opportunities in that frame. And then from that frame, you can now go ahead and enter the pipeline. So remove the emotion from this application and from your leverage, right? The market, the people you are applying to, the role you are applying to, they are not rejecting you. That is one. It is the funnel, right? And your preparedness and how you present yourself, right? That is much more better for you. So the way you are going to talk about what you are doing right now in this week is very different from the way you are going to talk about what you are doing in the next 1 year. There is one of these presentation in this conference where somebody is talking about how they built a product that has 50,000 users. That story, that line that I just mentioned is very different from somebody that has gone through a boot camp and says, I built 5 REST APIs. These two people are different and are saying different things. So the way that the questionnaire, the interviewer is going to address the two of you is very different because you are approaching and you are describing things differently. Let's go to the doomsday device. Now, we are familiar with all these devices. Your phone, your camera, etc. We may have different of them at every point in time. Now, this is where the AI comes in. One of the pretty dangers of our current society in 2026 is that we delegate important decisions to AI. And you face this kind of scenarios every single day. If you try to apply to any role currently right now, we have an application tracking system that is going to filter if you have the right keywords, if you have the right experience, does it fit into what they are looking for? Before any human even tries to view your profile, that ATS will already filter you out and send you an email, a rejection email. That is why within the first 5 minutes or 5 seconds, 5 minutes of applying for any role, somebody has already rejected you. Now, Isaac Asimov in the 1900s quoted something and said, we as humans, we should not delegate any decision that needs to be defended to computers. But that is what we are doing in 2026, where we are delegating and asking AI to make human decisions that cannot be backed in the court of law. This is very dangerous. But how can you beat these kind of systems, right? So you need to obviously design a way by doing this 1 yes to 1,000 no's, stacking up rejections every single week, every single day, right? In different ways, understanding how the system works and playing the game. It is by playing this game that you are going to understand what is needed of you and how you can match your role, your skill set to what is happening. So you are not necessarily competing, not on your effort, but what you are looking for is clarity and you are looking for relevance. You are wanting people that are in that domain to become familiar with you and what you want to do. So your resume, when you're going to be designing it, the story that you're going to be saying is not going to be about, I built 5 projects. It is about the impact and how that impact is affecting their business case. So you are going to be saying something like, I engineered a system that saved $50 million from this system, that prevented hackers from hacking into this system, that helped this company to grow by 200%. When you talk about impact, there is a very different knowledge. There's a very different thing you are communicating to that company and to that person versus telling them that you went through old school. Change the story that you are saying. It makes it easier for people to understand how what you are saying relates to what you want to help them to do. So let's go. Psychological armor. The application that you're applying to, as I said, you need to first of all mentally prepare yourself for the idea that the system is not rejecting you. You yourself just don't understand what the system requires from you. So that rejection that you are getting, you need to accumulate it. You need to stack it up, right? You need to stack up doubt. Take it as an armor and wear it. The silence that you are getting, you need to stack them up and understand that they are yours. So what you want to focus on is measuring the attempts and what failed at every point in time, not just the outcome. This company has failed me. They did not fail you. That is not the goal. Why did they not select me? What did I say? What can I improve to say? right? So you track your applications by metrics, you detach yourself, right, from the rejection and focus on the identity, the story you are trying to sell. In that sense, the no that you are getting is not a failure on your own part. It is a data point. It is an information that you use to prepare for the next application that you have. So again, focus on your mind that you have 1,000 attempts to get that 1 yes that you are looking for. 1,000 attempts. And in that 1,000 attempts, like the marathoner has 52 weeks to prepare constantly for them to win on Saturday. So you too, you have 1,000 attempts to prepare constantly for you to get 1 yes. So focus your mind on the idea that you are going to constantly be improving every single point. With that know that you have, add it up until you get to the idea, until you get to the data points that you need. So this is where your story will change, the campaign phase. Now that you have different data points on the different things that you are going to do, you are going to have your stories change. So how do you do this story change? The first one, the foundation. So you have to improve your resume. There are ways that you can improve and use your resume. Now, typically, if you don't want to stress yourself, there is something called American style resume. Just go and pick that one. Download the format and use it constantly. It will not stress you. You will not stress yourself. Go to your LinkedIn and structure it. Remove anything that is not needed, right? Now, focus on your expertise. Yeah, somebody was talking about AI, but AI cannot replace some things. Somebody today is building that AI. Somebody will maintain that AI. So AI cannot take your job. AI can aid you. That is my own idea. Somebody will improve that AI because AI will not be constant. So you yourself, you need to pick a niche. Do you want to be building AI? Do you want to be using the AI? Do you want to improve the AI? Do you want it to complement you? Have a very clear specification. Don't be a jack of all trades in this case now. AI has commoditized a lot of things. So you cannot be a jack of all trades. Pick one thing. In that 1,000 rejection that you are looking for, you are going to be the best. You are going to win the marathon. Your focus is to win that marathon. Excuse me. So if that is the case, for me now, it will now imply that you are not just a software engineer anymore. You are now a back-end engineer that is focused on distributed systems. You are now a back-end engineer that can do infrastructure things. You are now a payment design engineer. You are now a system-aware API architect. You have niched down such that you cannot just be a generalized software engineer. AI can do that. You are now a security-aware person that can save Paystack, Flutterwave from losing $1 billion. It happens. If you check news, you will see them. Flutterwave has lost this amount of money in December. They will lose some in January. Can you save Flutterwave? It is, how can you think that AI can do that job? AI cannot do that job. You can do that job. So you need to find things that you can complement, that you'll be the unique person, the one person that can win the marathon. So phase 2 of this campaign is to focus on that monolith, right? That your core asset that you can be. The one thing that it is undeniable. Every time anybody is looking for that thing, it is you that they are going to call. So are you the one that is going to be building production grade backend systems? So when you say, and when you are applying, don't say I build or I am applying, please come and give me job. No, say I am going to save you from losing this amount of money. I am going to help you grow by this amount of time. I am going to help you get this amount of customers. Your story has changed. Why are you saying so? Because in your 1,000 steps to getting to that point, you have at every point taken the data point, you have improved your own profile, and you have built a leverage. Finally, on this campaign phase, you now have a grind. Apply daily. Remove all the form of emotion that you have. Don't apply randomly. Focus, since you have that niche, focus on that niche and do not apply desperately. Nobody needs desperation from you. If you remember the second slide here, I said the person that doesn't need the job is the person that will get that job. So you need to focus systemically on what you want and track your application. If you apply to Flutterwave and they don't accept you now, remove emotion. Know that that opportunity has gone, but they are always having problem. All companies have problem. So if that problem can be solved by another person, there is another problem tomorrow that you can solve. So, excuse me. So when you send an application, track it. When there is a role, find it and figure out how you can target yourself. Focus on the impact that you can get. All right, so let's go to the next, the battlefield intelligence. Typically, when you get to the battlefield, when you are running the marathon or you are on the playing field there, you are applying blindly, you are moving blindly. Don't do that. Don't do that. Talk to people. Talk to somebody inside the company. Read about their news, all the news that is published about them, positively, negatively. The more you read and consume about that company you want to apply to, the more you know the problem that they are experiencing, and you can tailor your solution to them. Focus on their problem and tailor your solution. So don't move blindly, right? Follow their funding rounds. Track when they lay off people. Why they lay off people? Are they laying off people because they don't have money again? Their running track is almost elapsing. If that is the reason, don't go and apply there, because you will be laid off, right? Focus on if they are together and they have the skills, they have the amount of thing that you're looking for to be able to go there. Finally, your survival logistics, right? As I said, the grind is long. The grind is long, right? It is 1,000 things before you get to 1 year. So manage yourself. If you are jobless, manage yourself. Find a way to be financially responsible today to be able to focus on this. Manage your energy. If you get a rejection, ensure that it doesn't get to you emotionally, to wear you down so that you cannot apply tomorrow. Manage your energy. Upgrade your skill set in that focus region, right? And then constantly be interviewing, constantly be in the mode that you are interviewing so that you don't burn out. Because if you burn out, then you are at a loss. You are the one that is going to be left behind. So, finally, we are going to talk about the covenant. There is a story I want to say here. The covenant. So the covenant is that you should constantly tell yourself some things. And in telling yourself those things, it will help you to remove emotion from the conversation. So no emotions as you're applying for roles, as you're trying to build that leverage. Always apply daily, right? Always build something that gives you that leverage, the story that you want to say. So put yourself in the position of the person that wants to employ you. What problem are they trying to solve? That is the covenant you want to give to yourself. Based on that, then you look at, okay, buy yourself a 10,000 naira domain. Then solve that problem on that 10,000 naira domain on a fun thing that you like. It can be like you like cooking. It can be like you like running. Just buy a 10,000 naira domain. Start writing and creating information about how you solve that problem. When you get to someone and you get to the interview room, just talk about that thing that you have been doing, how you have been solving that problem for yourself or for another company. In that way, it will help everybody to understand. So, ship, always publish, always try to publish something and then submit. Finally, when you get a rejection, as we said, we are expecting 1,000 rejections. Be happy. The first rejection means that there are 999 more rejections on the way. So take that rejection as a stepping stone. Be happy, right? Each rejection reduces your statistical distance to the yes that you are looking for. So you know that after 1,000, I will get a yes. So every rejection should give you ginger to keep moving, right? And as you are moving, as you are getting your rejection, share your story. I tried this thing. I have failed in this thing. Take it as your own story. It is your personal story. Take that story and share it with another person. Why did you fail? What happened? What can you improve? If you see another person that has failed in that thing, Tell them that you have gone through it, they are going to go through it, show them the way. In showing them the way, it improves your own life and it improves the way you are going to solve that problem in the future. So, to summarize this talk, what I am saying is that we are trying to raise the bar. And raising the bar means that you are not competing at the average level. You are competing for the first in the marathon. You are competing to be the best in the things that you are trying to do. But we want to say that you need to be statistically aware of the thing that you want to do. Statistics means that if you have 1,000, 2,000 people running that marathon, you are not going to win. Today is Wednesday. You are not going to start preparing today to win on Saturday. If you want to win on Saturday, you need to have prepared 1 year advance. Every single week, run 50 kilometers 1 year in advance. That is when victory will be ascertained on Saturday. So if that is the case, for you too, if you are looking to work at NASA, start today. You want to rake together 1,000 rejections, not just from NASA, collect from NASA, collect from Russian airspace, collect from China, collect from India, collect from SpaceX, collect from Blue Ocean, collect from Nigeria, collect all these rejections. It gives you data points that when you now go back to NASA or any of these other spaces, you are going to be one in that 1,000. No other person can have that experience. You are going to be that specialized need. You are going to have visibility because you have done majority of the things that we have said right now, right? Apply, but do not include your emotion. Every rejection for you is a stepping stone. You want it, you need it, you are using that knowledge to improve yourself. You are no longer a backend, you are no longer a software engineer. You are now very, very specific in the things that you want to do. AI cannot do many things. Yes, it is there, but it is here to help you understand that. It is not here to replace you. But don't stay on the level where AI, right, can do the things you want it to do. They are very special things. So you want to use AI to improve your own skill set, to improve the problem solving skills that you have, right? So my own stand is if you want that job at CSI or at Apple in 2027, today is Wednesday. You need to start tomorrow, Thursday, on Friday and Saturday, and count 1,000 rejections from there. By the time you get to 1,000, you will get your yes. That's a summary of my conversation. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining
Right.
this
Thank you
session.
very much, Rufai.
Yeah.
Hope everyone can hear me. Thank you very, very much. I think everyone, you can give him a round of applause. You can drop the clapping emojis. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So because of time, we are actually spent for time. This session is supposed to end very soon. So we just have a few more speakers left. So how is everyone feeling? I hope we're doing good. Hope we've been enjoying the session so far. We're almost done for today. How are we feeling? How have we been enjoying? Are you guys enjoying today's call? All right, all right, all right. I just wanted to get a feel of how we're doing. All right, all right, all right, all right. Awesome. Okay, so I would like to bring on our next speaker. So Alabi Ramat, she's going to be talking about positioning for relevance. That's AI as a career co-pilot. Right. So I'm just going to. One second, please. Okay. All right. So Alabi is the founder of Grand Link AI, an AI-powered edtech startup focused on helping students and early career professionals transition successfully from the campus to the job market. Right. Her work sits on the intersection of AI, product management, and career development, where she designs systems that help users understand their strengths, build relevant skills, and position themselves for opportunities in an evolving AI driven workspace. So, hi, Ramat, you're up next. Would love to hear from you. Are you there? Can everyone hear me just to be sure that I'm not the issue?
I can hear you, Darren.
All right, awesome. All right, okay, I can see everyone is taking notes. For those that join late, no worries. There's a recap. The session is recorded. It's on YouTube. You can always watch, go back to some sessions, and even if you joined, you missed some important things. Even if you joined early and you want to still rewatch some important things, you can always rewatch them. They are available. Okay, I don't know if Alabi Ramat is ready for us. Okay, maybe we should take another
Oh,
speaker. Okay, are you there?
I'm trying. My network is having issues, so I'm trying to join with my laptop. That's what I'm trying to set up. So you can just give me like 2 minutes. Thank you.
All right, Okay, awesome. Should we, Ramat, do you think you'll be able to sort it out, or should we take another speaker instead? Okay, for those I want to connect with, who do you want to connect with? With Mustafa, I will get their social media handles and then I'll drop it in the chat box soon. For those I want to connect with the previous speaker. Okay. Mm,
I think what we can do, hi Darren. I like
yeah.
that you asked us if you're learning anything. I think we can let me see. I see that people say that they have been gaining from the session. I hope you guys are taking notes. And if you aren't taking notes, start taking notes from now on. And please also feel free to share on social media. Tag Old School Africa. If you know some of the speakers, you can tag them, just share with the world some of the things that you're learning here so that you're not just taking them to yourself. Okay. So yeah, it's going to be a busy 3 days and moments of learning. So let's make sure we are taking note of these things. Like I said, the goal is for you to have a plan and some form of clarity as you plan for your 2026. Back to you, Darren.
All right, thank you very much, Tabi. Ramat, are you ready for us now, or should we still give you a second? Okay, I think maybe Alabi Ramat is having a little issue, so we'll just take Timilaine Zubar for his own session. So I think I'll just do a little introduction. He's going to be talking to us about something quite interesting: how to build while studying, the student founder journey. And Tim Lane is an entrepreneur and creative builder working at the intersection of tech, fashion, and real estate. He's the founder of Bitoshi, a fintech company that simplifies crypto payments across Africa, and is also the co-founder of Echo 20s, a Lagos-based streetwear label inspired by youth culture and self-expression. He also leads the Zubar and Co, a real estate company focused on modern development and sales in emerging areas. So, hi Tim Lane, are you there? Would love to have you next. Wow, you're here. Okay.
Yes, I'm here.
All right. Awesome. The floor is yours. All right, Tim Lane, do you have any issues or are you ready for us?
So I'm trying to build up my slide. Give me a minute.
Okay, no problem. Okay, I think it's up now. We can see it.
Hi. can you hear me?
Yes, we
Sorry.
can.
Okay. Um, Hello everyone. Thank you. Thank you all school for this opportunity. My name is Zubair Habib Timlay. I am the CEO founder of Bitoshi rather, and um I also have a business called Zubair and Co. Zubair Co is a real estate company, and Eco20 is a fashion brand. And so the topic for today is, or my topic is building while studying and the student founder journey. So basically, I'll just be walking through my journey building Bitoshi while still in university. Okay, and this is my throwback picture when I was still in university, 300 level, Federal University of Technology, Akure, 2020. If you're a Futurian and you are here, congratulations, you have won a good part of your battles being a Futurian. And yeah, I started Bitoshi whilst in 300 level, Federal University of Technology, and we've grown Bitoshi to a product with over 50,000 users, processing up to 2 million in weekly transaction. And why did I start? I started Bitoshi because I needed extra source of income as a student. It basically started as a side hustle, not like I had like an idea that I wanted to build a startup. I wanted to build a Fortune 500 company. No, it basically started because I needed a side hustle. And when I started Bitoshi at the time, I it came from a gig that I got from a friend. A friend of mine basically texted me because I was doing graphic design at the time. So he texted me that he wanted like a design for his crypto business that he was starting. So I he gave me the job, and then I saw something about crypto at the time, and I was like, okay, what is crypto? Can you put me on crypto? And then he put me on. He explained a few things to me about crypto, and then I did my own research, and that was when I knew that I could actually make money doing crypto, and that's how I started crypto trading on WhatsApp. So at the time I was just trading on WhatsApp, I had a lot of users, I had a lot of customers selling to me on WhatsApp and all, but this there was no plan for scalability because everything was manual. So I needed to be able to scale to a point where I can trade with a lot of people, but if I was handling it myself, that would not be possible, basically. So I needed like an idea or a tool that can automate this process. So that was where Bitoshi came about. So how I started, I I basically self-learning through the internet. I did research. I did my research, gained knowledge on how to build a company and all. Or before that, while I was trading crypto on WhatsApp, I was delving into forex, a little into forex. So I started learning about forex trading, and what forex trading did for me was it improved me in ways that I didn't even know until years after. So forex trading introduced me to discipline, consistency, dedication, and and it also introduced me into books. So I was reading a lot of book at the time while learning forex trading. So some of the books that shaped my thinking at the time was Rich Dad Poor Dad, The Richest Man in Babylon. Now I didn't the lean startup also. Why I didn't read the lean startup? It was when the idea for Bitoshi came about that I now decided to read the lean startup because I needed a company. All right, so how I started, I identified
Hello, Zubari. We can't hear you.
Sorry, I'm
Just
here
a bit.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So how I started B2C, I identified a real problem from personal experience, and the real problem process I did to scale also. And that was why I decided to build Bitoshi as a product. And it first started from an MVP. Now, when we worked on this MVP, obviously there were a lot of other crypto platforms out there. There was Bybit, there was Binance. I knew what a full-scale crypto product could look like. I knew the features that a crypto product should actually have on a full-scale level, but I didn't go ahead to build that first. I needed to build an MVP first because I needed to test that, okay, I have identified a real problem and my solution to this problem would actually work. So we built a simple website that allowed users sell Bitcoin and get Naira credited in their bank accounts. It was a 3 steps. You could do this in 3 steps only. So you sign up, copy your wallet address, send crypto to the wallet address, and you get credited in your Naira bank account. Very simple website. And we launched that. We got a lot of traction. People, it got to a point that people didn't have to always log into the website because they could easily just send crypto to the wallet address and they will receive Naira. So it was so easy and perfect for our users. But then something changed, which is what this third point is about. Focus on learning from users, not perfection. We noticed our users were, because you're supposed to add just your bank account details, your personal bank account details there, and you get credited in your personal bank account details. But what we noticed was users were changing their bank account details to the account of a store, maybe the Uber driver's account. So they were using Bitoshi to make payments on to merchants, to businesses basically. So we noticed that change, and we didn't try to force our users to say, oh, this is what we built Bitoshi for, use it for this purpose. No, when we noticed this change, we decided to pivot and act on it. And that was when we introduced send money from crypto wallets. We had send money from crypto wallets since 2022, which allowed users to send money from their crypto wallet to any bank account in Nigeria. And that gained a lot of traction, which is one of our top most used feature on Bitoshi currently. Now, finding my founding team. An interesting fact here is that every so the qualities I look.
Hi, Zubari. We can't hear you. Looks like a network issue again. Okay. Okay. Seems he logged out because of internet issues. Well, don't worry, guys. All of us can't hear him. Yes, don't worry. Don't worry, we can hear. We'll just wait for him to get back. As we wait for that, please, what's your takeaway so far, guys? Let us know in the chat. Like, what's your takeaway? I mean, even from his talk or even from the previous talks that we had. There's this thing that I like to say that it's only in tech events that we usually have tech issues. And in this case, it's a network issue. So it's very much understandable. We're sorry for that break-in transmission. Yeah, we don't have a solution to that, like Emmanuel Faith said. But yeah, as we wait for our speaker to come back up, just let us know in the chat, like What has stood out for you and what's your takeaway? Waiting to see that. Yes, it's always crazy that these things happen in tech meetings. Yeah, that's what I even wanted to say. Takeaways. I want to read the comments. I like the statement that Dari made, that AI is not coming to like replace humans, it's already here. It's not something that we are waiting for to come, right? It's here. And what we have to do now is figure out how to position ourselves, to be ready, because it's not even AI versus humans now. It's AI versus, AI augmented humans. Those are the people that we are trying to compete with. Yes, I found that to be really profound. And I hope that we're really taking lessons in terms of, I know somebody was worried that, okay, maybe whatever you're learning now, is it not going to be relevant? You're getting foundation. So remember, foundation is very important. So I don't want you guys feeling like, oh, maybe I'm wasting my time learning this particular skill. It's very important that you get the foundations, and then now like, okay, how can AI now be applied in this particular skill that I've already gotten? So that should be your takeaway. That's one thing you should know if you're having that concern that um should I really continue taking the course that I'm taking, right? Yeah.
Sorry,
Um,
Abby.
oh, you're back.
Yeah, I didn't realize you guys were not even hearing me. And I've been
Oh,
talking. Right?
oh, like you got disconnected completely.
Oh,
Yeah,
apologies.
you're back.
Can
Welcome
you
back.
still see my slide? My slide.
We can see, I can see you now, not yet your slides.
No, we cannot see your slides. Yeah.
Okay, I'm in out now. How about now?
It's good. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I was talking about finding my founding team, how I basically found the team that started Bitoshi. So yeah, remember I said the fun fact about the people that hear this, they are all Futarians, and the qualities I looked for was strong portfolio and basic crypto knowledge. So they needed to, because we are building a crypto product, so you needed to have basic knowledge of what cryptocurrency is all about to build a product around cryptocurrency. Shared mindset around growth and ownership. So everybody on this team like treated Bitoshi like their baby, because they wanted to see they had like a futuristic view of what Bitoshi could be. So everybody took ownership of their roles, and it was very interesting to see. Another thing is, sorry, speed, work ethic, and willingness to learn. Now, because we're building a startup, speed is very important here. We need to listen to users' feedback and make immediate changes, and that helped us with when we found out about users' behavior with send money transactions. We noticed users were not sending money to their personal accounts only. They were now making transactions to third-party beneficiaries. And we noticed that change, and it affected a feature that would amplify this use case more, and that helped us. Long-term commitment over short-term gains. This is very important when you are finding your founding team. You guys have to have similar vision on the product you are building, and you guys have to have a similar mindset around this product. When you're thinking long term, that means you are investing, not just you're not just investing your skill, you're investing your time, and that can help. It becomes like a passion for you, and that helped us in Bitoshi very much. Now, how I found them, I started within my network from Futa, you know, looked for people that had all of these qualities I was looking for, and we started Bitoshi together. And how I funded the startup in the early stage. I was already making money from graphic design, WhatsApp trading, and the profits that I made from the business, I used it to start up Bitoshi. Now, not everybody would be in this same situation. Not everybody would have the financial capabilities I had at the time, but there are other ways you can fund your startup. You can there are one of the ways you can fund your startup or that can help you is splitting equity fairly. So there are different ways you can split equity at the beginning stages. There's 50-50. You could even decide to say, okay, as the founder, you want to have 50% and you want to give out equity to the other team members, 50% of the company to the other team members, while you, as a founder, would always have 50% of your equity. So there are different ways you can split equity depending on the output from every team member on the team. Now, I agree on deferred payments or milestones. I did this a lot during the early stages of Bitoshi. Yes, I had financial capabilities, but that did not mean I could hire high-end developers or even make full payment at once. So we had monthly payments based on milestones. Okay, you achieve this level of tax or work, you receive payments for this for the job. Also, you can start with friends, family, or angels before VC. So within your network, also your friends, your family that believe in your idea and can see what you are pitching to them, or they can understand what you are trying to sell to them. They can also invest in your business. Build traction before raising capital. That's another way you can. That's another way you can fund your business. Now, next thing is balancing school and building. While running Bitoshi in university, I had to implement strict time management. So I had to manage my time very well. When it's time for studies, I study. When it's time to attend to operations of the business, I attended to operations of the business. So I had very strict time management. When I miss classes, because of my business, there are cases where I miss some classes. And when I miss these classes, I had to attend tutorials online and physical. I remember I attended a lot of tutorials with my class rep at the time. He organized a lot of tutorials, and I was usually there. At the point, he even used to come to our apartment to teach us, I and my friends. So I compensated that with tutorials, basically. Then paid for convenience where necessary. Yes, you are building a startup or your business is making money for you. You need time to like focus on your business while in school. So if you can pay for convenience here and there, little things, basic things that will take up much of your time, please do, because now you're investing that time in building and scaling your business more. Got familiar with tools early. So I had no prior knowledge to a lot of tools for operations within a startup. I had to get familiar with most of them, and I did that early, and that helped me. So tools like Notion, Google Workspace, and all that. And with the growth of technology, now you even have AI, and this can help you um, solve problems faster and easily. So some of the challenges I encountered while building Bitoshi University is early technical and partnership challenges. Now, what happened here was because I had no prior knowledge to building a startup, and then I when the first thing I did when I wanted to start Bitoshi was basically look for a developer on Instagram. And then I found someone, we had a meeting, physical meeting somewhere in Maryland, had a very good discussion about the product. He bought the idea, he liked it and everything. But then we didn't, he didn't have the same kind of long-term commitment that I had with the founding team members that actually built Bitoshi. He was just after the gains, the short-term gains. And so when we had that conversation around it, made payments, he handled most of the registrations for the website. One of the key registrations that he handled was purchasing a domain for the website. So we're supposed to have bitoshi.com, but because the developer lost access to the domain provider for bitoshi.com, we had to switch to bitoshi.africa. So this was one of the challenges I had, early technical and partnership challenges, mistakes in hiring and delegation. Who you hire is very important in your company or business. We've made some mistakes in hiring, and that can affect your growth if you don't have like, if these people you're hiring or you're working with don't have similar mindset as you and like are on the same energy as you within your startup. So that can affect also lost resources and delayed progress. Now, how I handled them, I stayed optimistic and solution focused. Whenever I encountered any of these challenges, I just, remain calm, and instantly start thinking of how to solve this problem. When you are always solution oriented or solution focused, that would help you a lot. I asked questions from other founders. I remember in the early stages, I there was a friend of mine, Steven, that had just built an app. So when I was having all those issues and I told him about the domain issue that I had, he advised me that I should take care of most of these registrations myself, especially at this early stage. And I took that advice from him, and that has helped me a lot. Learn quickly and adapted when you encounter issues, learn from them and adapt quickly so that you don't have encounter that same issue. That's also very important. Improve structure over time. Yes, as Bitoshi grew, structure grew too. And as we are learning, we keep on building structure. I remember when I wanted to start like having structure in Bitoshi, I had to take an internship. I had to take internship with a company, also a crypto company, just to see how they were running the company internally and learn from it. Not like I needed the experience, of course, but I didn't need the pay or anything that would come with it. I just wanted to learn how a company was running internally, and that immediately I took the internship was just 2 months. After the internship, went straight into work and started building B2C and hiring people. Key lessons for student founders: start small, start early, as little as you have, start with it. And there are a lot of free tools now that you can use to, start a product easily and cheaper. And if you can't afford it, we spoke about how you can other ways you can fund it. Okay, so start with as little as you have. Skills compound over time. When everything that you every phase that you are going through, everything that you do is somehow building you. You might not notice it now, but later in the future it would help you. There are things that I learned about like years before. I'm just applying them now. So skills definitely compound over time. Learn directly from users. This is very important. I like to listen to feedback from users. If users are doing something in a way that you did not for them to, plan for them to use your products, try to understand why they are using your product this way and try to adapt. And because at the end of the day, the users are the people you are trying to service, not yourself. Choose people carefully. This is very important. Your team members, your founding members are very important, most especially the founding members. The founding members would decide, can sort of a way determine if your product will succeed or not. That's very so choosing people is very choosing the right people is very important. Build system, not just hustle. Yes, at the beginning, Bitoshi was just an hustle, no structure, no plan. I just had like a vision. But when I decided to start building systems, making things automated, building a structure, adding a structure to the company and all that, that's that also builds sustainability. Now you can be relaxed that your company can last a long period of time because now there are systems in place, there are structure in place, there are plans, there are goals, and there is a mission. You don't need permission to start. Yes, you don't need to wait for anyone to give you the go ahead. You have an idea, you have a vision in mind. Just get to work. An idea is just an idea without execution. So it's when you execute your idea that it can actually yield results. If you can build while studying, you're already ahead. Yes, you've won most of your battles. And if you are a Futurian, you've won 99% of your battles. Thank you very much. I can now take questions. Do you have any questions for me?
Hi, Timlane. So unfortunately, we might not be able to take a lot of questions, but if people have questions, they can always feel free to maybe reach out to you on social media because of our time. We're actually fast spent with time and we still have one more speaker to go. But thank you so much, everyone. I think you can give him a round of applause, drop your emojis. You can drop in the chat box something that you learned from Tim Lane's session, I think, is very interesting and inspiring how he has been able to build a company right from university. And that's, I think it goes in line with what a lot of people have been saying. Try to start building. Don't necessarily have to wait to find a job. You can also build something if you see there's a gap in what you're trying to. If you see there's a gap in society or something, right? And maybe from there you can be able to actually even find a job eventually. Right. So we'll be taking our last speaker for today. Hi, Ramat. Are you ready for us now?
Yes, I am. Good
All right.
evening.
Good evening. The floor is yours. The floor is yours. But who has been enjoying today's session while Ramat is sharing her screen? If you guys have been enjoying, we're about to end very soon. This is the last session for today. Please make sure you talk about it online, post, tag us, tag old school, tag some of the speakers as well from important things that you have learned, and be prepared for tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be an exciting and interesting time as well. That we already have our speakers are waiting for you, interesting topics and things are going to be discussed. And yes, tomorrow we'll try as possible to stick to time. We're so sorry for delaying everyone. But yes, Ramat, the floor is yours. Your mic is muted if you're trying to speak.
Sorry, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I can't really see the chat box, but I would have loved to. But anyways, good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? Oh my god. So I know we've had a lot of sessions about AI, how AI works, AI might be changing work, how to use AI tools, and how not to be replaced. But my session is slightly different. I'm going to be talking to you guys on how to personally stay relevant in the AI era, how to use AI without feeling overwhelmed, without being confused, and positioning yourself well. So before we go into detailed, just a quick notice or a quick information about me. So my name is Alabira Matulai Eniola, Ramat for short. I am a founder of Gradlink AI, which is an edtech startup, a AI campus to career co-pilot. I've also led a lot of hackathon teams, including Fair Play Africa, a winning solution team. I've spoken in Python conferences, AI communities, and I work a lot as a tech community and an ambassador. And another fun fact about me, I am a 300 level systems engineering student at the University of Lagos. So yes, that's just a little bit about me. So back sessions, right? So at the end of this session, the main goal is for us to understand what relevance really means in AI, to know where AI fits into our career growth, to learn practical ways to use AI as our co-pilot, to learn how to use AI in our career, to learn how to use AI without replacing us, to avoid common mistakes people make with AI, and to live with a simple action plan. Sorry, can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, but we lost you for a second. Are you having any issues?
Oh, sorry, I didn't note that. Sorry, where did you stop hearing me?
It was just for a brief second. You just finished talking about your where you had worked and all of that. So I think you can continue
Oh,
from there. Yeah.
okay. So yes, the objective of this session, right? I was talking about what we are supposed to learn from this session. At the end of this session, we're supposed to be able to understand what relevance means in the AI era, how to use AI in our career, how to see how AI fits to our growth, learn how practical ways to use AI as our co-pilot rather than something that replaces us, avoid common mistakes people use with AI, and to live with a simple action plan. So this is going to be like a very practical sessions, right? So the reality check. So let's start with something honest. Many people, a lot of us today, we just learn. but then what we are learning becomes relevant slower. Like we just take courses. Some of us, I'm sure like a lot of us have some courses, a lot of courses that we bookmarked and we say, okay, we are going to come back to this to read because like it's useful for our career. But then learning activity is not the same as the market relevance, right? You can take a lot of courses, but then when you are given a task to do, you still get confused. You are still wondering, okay, all this theory, all these notes that have been writing, how do I map it to the practical works that they are going to give me? As a product manager, I take 10 product manager courses, but when they say I should write like a course case study or a PRD for a startup, I'm confused because like I've just been writing, watching YouTube. So the learning activity is not the same as the market relevance, and like movement is not the same as progress. Me saving a lot of courses, saying deceiving myself that I'm going to come back to them is not going to help me. So relevance comes from learning, applying, and showing. Relevance comes from immediately I take a course. After I learn, finish, maybe write all the notes I want to write, I immediately go and practice what I learned from the course. I apply the knowledge that I get from the course into a solution or a case study. As a product manager, after taking a course, I can just, okay, let me quickly write a PRD so that I'm able to translate all the things I've written down into something that I can use, into a practical stuff that I can use when I'm working or when I get to the job market.
Hi, Ramat. Are you currently speaking? We have, because we're not hearing anything.
Oh my God. Okay, yes, I am.
Okay, all right. You can go ahead. But
Okay.
if you can also share your full screen because we can't see your screen, you're not showing, we're seeing the whole slideshow if that's possible. And maybe you can cancel the Zoom with us as well because we can also see the like
Oh,
community.
okay, no problem. Is it better this way?
E yes, yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right.
Okay. So yes, I stopped at. So now I'm going to what is actually changing, what AI is really changing. So how is AI shifting our growth and opportunity work, not necessarily replacing us. So with AI, learning is now faster and self-directed. So with AI, I can easily summarize a course that is supposed to take me 4 hours for me to sit down with. I can just prompt an AI that, okay, this course, please just tell me the summary, the key details, the keynotes that I'm supposed to learn in this course, rather than wasting 4 hours of my time to sit down with a course. I can just use AI to prompt that fast. I can also I can also use AI to learn the skills that I'm supposed to use for my career path, for my growth path. A lot of us get confused. Okay, I'm a product manager. What are the skills that are necessary for me to use? Not for me to learn, but that I'm going to use when I'm working as a manager, right? So we have a lot of AI. We have roadmaps that AI can easily generate a roadmap for you to be okay. You want to become a product manager. These are the skills. This is the roadmap you are going to be following. So proof of work beats paper qualification. AI can give you projects that you are going to do to show that okay, I've actually worked. I know what I have what it takes to become a product manager, rather than just stacks of certificates, stacks of courses that you've taken. Then AI rewards people who actually experiment early. With the way you are faster to prompt your AI, is going to be better for you, right? So AI is an amplifier, not a replacement, based on how you use it. Okay, so how to use AI as your career co-pilot. So instead of guessing your career path, you can use AI to support it. So you can clarify your direction with AI. Like I just mentioned, roadmap. You can prompt your GPT to give you a roadmap for you to become a senior product manager. It's even going to suggest courses for you, suggest certifications, suggest the skills that you can learn. It can easily identify your skill gaps. You can give your CV or everything that you've done to AI and tell it, okay, what do you think I need to improve more to probably apply for this job or to get better at what I'm doing? Create learning roadmaps. There are a lot of AI roadmaps out there, even created by human. We have roadmap-ish. You can easily tell AI, okay, with all I've done and with this roadmap, what do you think is left for me to do? What do you think I'm missing out? Practice and build faster. AI can give you projects. Okay, give me a 30-minute project based on what I've learned today. Improve your positioning. So with all that, with all the prompting that you've done, you are able to position yourself better with what? With AI, rather than replacing you or replacing your work. So what AI helps most in career growth? AI helps with career clarity, explains there are different types of product managers, right? With your AI, it can explain, okay, this is what this does. Role exploration, there is product manager, there is associate product manager, there are growth product manager. So it explains it to you and it gives you skills for each. If you prompt your AI, well, okay, list all the types of product manager we have, give me the skills that I need to learn to become each of them or to excel in each of them or to top careers in each of them. So learning and practice with AI, you can tell AI, okay, give me generate 10 outstanding projects that you feel will improve my portfolio as a product manager or as an associate product manager or a product designer. So these are how you use AI to improve your careers. Project building. After you get your project, you can prompt your AI, okay, where do I start from? What tools do I use? How do I structure this? Even when you're coding, you can easily, when you're having problem with a code, you can easily copy it and paste it on your AI to help you debug, even though sometimes most of them are wrong. But if you pay for premium, I guess it should be correct. But then you can always use AI to do this stuff. So positioning, resume improvement. You can always upload your CV to AI, maybe with a job description, and tell it, okay, rate my CV based on this job description. Do you think I should apply? What do you think I'm missing in the CV that is supposed to be, that is a key importance for based on the job description? So portfolio storytelling, your LinkedIn, you can use AI to improve your LinkedIn. Just give it all the experience that you have, all the courses you've taken, all the certifications you have, and trust me, it's going to build your LinkedIn for you. Okay, do this as your headline, include this in your experience, include this in your volunteering position, add this to your profile so people can know you've done this. So this is based on real learner and early career user cases. If you check my LinkedIn, not half, but like most of the things that are there is me prompting AI that, okay, how do I add this to my profile? How do people know that I've done this? How do people know that I have this experience? Where do I place this? So yes, AI can help you with that. So yeah, these are the starter AI tools that you can use. I know some of us are familiar with it. So we have ChatGPT for clarity and planning. So in case we have anything, maybe our resume roadmap, we can easily prompt ChatGPT for it. Notion AI. Notion, some people are not really good with Notion, so they made Notion AI. Notion AI is supposed to help you to let you know how to use Notion. We also have research and learning. If you're a research type of person, we have an AI that can help you with that. And for learning too, YouTube plus AI summaries. If you're on YouTube Premium, and I think if you have a Google Chrome Premium too, your AI can easily summarize what a YouTube video is all about. So you don't have to stress yourself wasting 2 hours of your time. Building and creating, we have GitHub Copilot, we have Canva AI right now. So these things are done to help you in your career, not necessarily to replace you based on how you use it. SATA AI tools for career building. We have the LinkedIn AI features. If you check your LinkedIn now, you have AI. If you want to probably write a message to somebody, it has a message there that do you want to use AI to improve it? Even resuming, you can easily improve your resuming using AI, not necessarily ChatGPT. There are a lot of AIs right now, and they are not done for it to replace you. They are done for it to help you in everything that you do. So these are the common AI career mistakes we make, right? So most of us don't know how to properly use this AI. When we are prompting, we don't prompt the AI well. AI is an artificial intelligence. It cannot necessarily read our minds. Yeah. So you have to feed it enough information for it to be able to know how you want to use it and how to use it well, how to help you with your career. So if I just prompt to AI that, oh, I'm a product manager, just help me generate a roadmap, it's going to generate it for you. But if you prompt it well that, okay, I am a product manager, I have interest in this, I've already taken these courses, I have certifications in this, I have skills in this, please generate a roadmap on how I can continue to probably get better to being a growth product manager. The roadmap is going to give you is different from you just using, okay, I'm a product manager, give me a roadmap. It's going to generate a better roadmap. So you are able to use AI well based on the prompt. If you feed it enough information, that's how it's going to be able to work best for you. So okay, the relevance loop, how to use your AI well, how to use your AI to help you in your career, not necessarily replace you. So you choose a target role. I know a lot of us are involved in a lot of things, but then you have to like have targets for each of the things you are prompting your AI with. Okay, I am a product manager, I am a founder. I have different chats for both. So if I want to know anything about product management, I know the chat I'm opening for that. And if I want to ask any questions about founding journey, I know the chat I'm opening for that. So map required skills with AI, learn in small focus blocks, separate it. Product manager, founder, they are two different things. Don't try and combine both of them together so you don't get confused. Build one proof project. So based on the project it generated for you, you can work on it instead of just stacking course certifications together. Because later on, when they ask you to do something, is being able to do the project that will actually show that, okay, you know this thing, not your certificates that you've collected. Improve and repeat this circle. So the call to action, don't wait for perfect clarity. Don't wait until you feel like, okay, oh, I think I'm good enough to become a product manager. Now start, build projects, reach out to people, apply for jobs. You don't know the one that they'll be probably be interested in you, that okay, this person have done a lot of things, I feel like they can work as a product manager. Start small and visible. I know one of our speakers talked about LinkedIn, building whatever we are doing, making it known to the public, right? So in your LinkedIn, add that, okay, I built this project, even though it's like a small thing, just add it there. Use AI intentionally. A lot of us, I'm guilty of this too. Whenever we just have an application, we just paste it directly to AI. You can do that, but it depends on the amount of information you give it. Depends on the things that he knows about you. That's how he's able to generate it well, that they probably don't know that you use AI. But a lot of us will just copy it there and it just give us generic AI answers that people will obviously know that, okay, you used AI for this thing, right? Because it's not correlating with probably your profile or your CV. And iterate in public, build in public. So closing thoughts, so as not to waste too much time, is that AI will not replace you, but someone who uses AI might replace you. So start now, start small, and stay relevant. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you so much, Ramat, for your presentation. Really appreciate. I think in the chat box you can probably share your social media for people that maybe are interested in reaching out to you or connecting with you as well. But yeah, we are done for today. I think that's a wrap for Stars Conference Day 1. I think that was an amazing way to start the START conference. What do we think? How does everyone feel? Thank you so much to everyone that stayed to the very end. I know we had more numbers than this that started, right? But we know because of time, it has been a long day for people as well. Some of you guys are probably went to work or school or different places. You had a long day, but you still took out time to join today. And we really, 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 really appreciate you taking out time to join today's session as well. So tomorrow it's going to be bigger, better, another exciting time. Please don't miss it. Be there. Try to make our time. Starts at 5:30 prompt as well, and hopefully by 8 p.m. we should be done tomorrow as well. We're going to try as much as possible to stick to time and remain time conscious as well. I hope we all enjoyed the different sessions. Please, if you did, go on Twitter, go on Instagram, or social media, talk about it. Let people know that something is happening at all school, right? And people actually come and show up for day 2 as well. It would be nice to have double the numbers that came for day 1 as well. But thank you everyone. Thank you to all our amazing speakers that showed up today. I know some of them have dropped off, but still thank you to Emmanuel, Ramat, Timilane, Dari. Who else am I forgetting? Rufai, yes. So thank you. And thank you to Tabby as well, my amazing co-host. See you all tomorrow. Please do try to come on time. Use the hashtags. And yes, we'll have other exciting and interesting things ready for you tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening and a good night to rest, everyone. Bye.